Hi, hello everyone. My name's Mr. Fruit, and welcome to the GG Over Easy podcast. Welcome back to our veteran listeners, even though this is our fourth podcast, I believe. So I don't really know if you're a veteran yet, but we do appreciate you sticking around. In this week's episode, we have a very special guest, none other than Aaerios. Some of you hate him.
The show.
Some of you love him. He's a polar character.
Hi, how are you? Love this show. First time caller, long time listener.
I don't know who you're trying to fool with that mustache.
It's a real mustache.
Trying to have fun.
It's alpha
real.
mustache.
It's
Alpha.
really awesome.
And I'm okay with
With
I'll
great
allow it.
stashes comes great responsibility.
Yeah, but that's
All
not
right?
a great stash. That's
a great stash.
It's
Stop.
not a great. Don't disrespect
Look at that.
Yeah, come on, don't disrespect
This-
the
Oh,
stash.
no,
my
Tom
stash.
Selleck.
Hold on.
That
This is Tom
stash
Selleck
says
level.
it says power. That stash
Tom
says
Selleck.
power.
It says confidence. It says
Confidence.
sexy.
Sexy.
Sex.
Can you grow a
We all know
mustache?
sex sells.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, right there.
That's not a mustache.
You're not tricking anyone, Rob. It's real.
All right.
We for those not watching the video, I know again I still haven't done any iTunes or Spotify yet. So a big thing too is people are like, "Well, do this." Well, we also like there's no way to monetize because we don't have sponsors. Again, that's mainly our part these days. Mainly my bad, but.
What are we gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
You know,
Accept
Disney,
people's sponsorships?
We got Disney, Marvel.
Listen,
who else? DC,
honestly, we got
Capcom.
everyone approaching us right now, and I don't want to be a sellout.
Films. Yeah.
That's just kind of what it is right now. But yeah, the problem is there's no way to monetize it too, so it's just kind of like, and it's hard to track and stuff. So for the time being, still no audio, and I know some people are very upset at me. I'm sorry, forgive me. But for those that not watching the video, Aaerios is currently in a suit. He's got a tie, a tux,
I was
mustache.
told that this was a job interview. Is this not the interview?
No, it is. It is.
You look like you're about
At
to
the
take
end
your
of it.
cousin to prom.
You look like a Parks and Rec character. Oh
My
my
cousin?
god.
Why would I take my cousin?
because of that mustache.
No.
right?
No,
That's
you're
why
taking your cousin because she got dumped the day before, and you're a good
Right.
cousin, and so
You look
it's
like-
it's
you look like a
platonic.
good
It's nothing
uncle.
weird.
Yeah,
Her heart was
The good
broken, and I'm
uncle.
putting it back together like the
The
good.
more I
uncle
look
am.
at it, the more I think it's a real mustache, though. is the
That's because it is real. It's really awesome, really real.
It's just
But like
it's so
this,
dense.
This right here
and
doesn't
he's
go
just-
right here.
Right,
I
'cause I
get
wanna be
pencil
classy.
mustache.
No, yeah, he
From
trims
from
it
the waist
perfectly.
up. I'm formal. From the bottom down, I'm ready to party. All right,
That's disgusting.
including the stash.
saying he's
That's
wearing
also ready to
underwear.
party.
that
But
thing.
I think the thing to take most note of is the fact that his glasses only have
missing-
one
Oh
side.
my God, you're right.
Yeah.
Me, right before we started recording, I was like, wait a minute, Aaerios, are you free? I was like, shut up, Blue.
I was like, I noticed that. Let's save
What
it.
had happened was I
So-
tripped in the kitchen and like the little ear thing fell behind the stove, and it's a very large stove. So like there's no like just getting back there to get it.
I like
you know?
that though. He's just like, you know
God.
Yeah,
what?
you know, it's kind of like a mock monocle. You know,
It's like my PlayStation controllers. Yeah, one analog stick doesn't move, but you know,
Exactly.
the R2 works. So.
Well, one was on purpose, but then
exactly.
That's such
you
an
just look
Aaerios
like you're a
thing.
parody of like whatever your normal life's supposed to be.
Stand
That's the
up and
best
give
part.
us a twirl. Like stand
Hey,
up.
he
and
might
give
not
me,
be
like,
I
wearing
don't know if that's
pants.
the best. I
Really?
don't know if
'Cause
that's
I-
the best
He
idea.
might not
I
be wearing
told you
pants.
that I'm ready to party like
Yeah,
waist
so
down.
let's
so I don't
avoid
know.
that. Okay.
Like, we'll just give a
You're
little
not wearing
side
pants?
profile.
Why would he?
I'm ready to party.
You have
Come
a
on.
mustache.
If you had an online job interview, I too would take off the pants.
All right,
One,
important
Exactly.
question.
because
You don't need pants.
it's
It's
freeing.
hot.
Two,
What
because
if you-
I would
what
feel
if
more
they're like,
comfortable
you have
in
a
the
pen
interview.
With you, and then
You gotta
you
let
have to
him
like
breathe.
get up.
I'd be
They
like,
see your
actually,
long
no,
johns.
sir. There's not a pen in the house. I'm sorry. And that's I have a notepad on my computer, but
Rob's just being a hater. But
All right,
no.
before we start, I want to know. I wanna
pants
know,
on.
hating
Aaerios.
on the stash.
No, I gotta know really. Okay,
Hey.
so what's the preference here, Aaerios? Boxers, boxer briefs, like what are we looking at here?
I mean, personally, I like to go commando. You know, just for
Oh.
the flow of things.
Okay, definitely
you know,
don't stand up.
Just flow.
The
Yeah, so
mustache
I'm not-
told me that before
I'm
you.
not, I'm not gonna stand up.
I got that vibe earlier.
That's
You didn't
right.
answer it.
I
That
know.
was a trick question.
But I'd probably go with briefs though. You know, give a little bit more support.
I
You
like
know,
it, yeah.
no, you can
I can
wear them to the
respect that.
beach. You can
telling
wear them
you,
to the
bro.
movies. You can wear them going snow skiing. You know,
I'm
Versatile.
personally, I'm a boxer
Versatile.
briefs. It's
Okay,
best of
well-
both worlds. It's enough that you don't feel like you're showing everything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Yeah.
also, it doesn't ride up. It's perfect. It's comfy.
Right.
It has the best way I could put it is the little nut sack. I guess that's the best way I could put it. Okay, it's
The pouch.
yeah, the pouch.
The reservoir.
Made his face like 9 times.
The
today
pouch.
already.
Like the reservoir for your
Exactly.
You know,
It's
stuff.
it has enough room.
Bean bag.
It's freeing. It's breathing. Actually, my brother had this idea. I guess I should. He hasn't trademarked this, so I guess I should tread lightly. I won't say what the company name is, but there's boxer briefs made out of like really nice material. But then also what you have is this like baby powder spray, right? And it's a part of the pouch, so to speak. So I don't know if you've
like
ever
built
used. I don't know if you've ever used baby powder down
It's
there.
like kangaroo something.
Oh, it's great.
it's
Sounds like
amazing.
the Porsche of underwear.
Yeah, and
I
so
actually-
like after like certain perspiration or occasional just go, and then just a little, and everything's good again, man.
Technology is
Everything good
incredible.
again.
No, like
Technology is
take it to
incredible.
the next step and like put like a little mister in there. You know, when it gets hot.
Okay,
just a little bit of
no.
mist.
Oh my god, dude.
What's wrong with that?
Worst idea. With water? You don't want water over
No,
there.
want- yeah, you
no.
want
Instead, you'd have to find.
perspiration?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
wouldn't want
dude,
water.
that's just
You
gonna make
want
things-
like an ice
me,
pack that like
swampy.
somehow, when the temperature in that certain region would get it. Okay, we're probably starting this up.
We're going too deep.
Let's just.
I prefer silk boxers. You guys are sleeping.
Really?
Like, have you ever had silk?
silk?
I
I
have
have
one pair
silk?
though. You can only get one pair because when you wear it, you're like, yes. Because if
No.
you wear them all the time, it's like you lose.
Oh,
the,
so
I
they're
wear
like-
silk, but they
for, like,
ride up
special
so
occasions.
easily. I don't-
oh, really? They ride up on you? Oh, they're
well,
nice.
no, like not even like the waist will ride up too. Like it's a
Bad news.
it's a wild card. I'm not a fan. I mean, it
What
feels
do we
nice.
think about
but-
banana hammocks though? Yay or nay?
This is not Europe.
Arios, I feel like you're the only person here who could wear it comfortably and confidently enough, you know?
Is it because of the stash? I feel
Yes,
like it's because of the
100%.
stash.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Figured.
I figured.
I bet if I
Excellent.
wore one of those, my like stomach would ride over it, and my confidence would be just shot. Like
What, a mustache?
it'd just be so bad.
A muffin
no,
top?
a banana hammock.
Oh,
Like, it would be
banana
bad.
hammock, yeah.
Like my as soon as I saw would see myself in the mirror, my confidence would just.
I feel bad for anyone that's like, "What's a banana hammock?" And they're like, right
Oh.
out there.
Don't
like,
Google
"Oh,
that.
Don't
Yeah,
Google
don't.
that.
Just don't, okay?
No.
Let's first address the elephant, or rather, the penguin in the room. Blue's avatar this week is
Oh.
done by none other than at
Look at
Josh
that.
Pineapple 1.
Incredible
We got a
artist.
lot of
It's
submissions.
yeah, okay.
Over
Incredible
8,000.
artist.
Well, almost. When we said that, I've lost track. Like we have enough to supply probably the rest of GG
Gotta be,
over easy. However
gotta
long
be
this
like
goes
at least 2 dozen.
So
we
now
got over the past
next
couple.
for. 2 dozen?
podcast-
No way.
At
dude.
least.
At least
Fruit.
100, I would say. I mean, some of the qualities are like
100.
we have a few like
It is
Robs,
nice.
but
What do you mean a
there's-
few like Robs?
I,
What do you
That
mean?
was Mozart.
Right, a little
Mozart
Mimi,
level.
I guess.
Yeah, real quick. What do you mean, like
It's
Robs?
okay. Listen, Rob. It's nothing personal. It's just that. I mean, Aaerios, if
can't
you
draw,
missed it,
man,
you can
all
see
right?
I
in
mean,
the
that's
call.
art.
Blue's
We gotta
avatar.
have a
That's
tablet like
Rob's
you.
work.
Don't
That's
let him do that
Rob's.
to you, Rob. It's
like
awesome.
Okay,
solid,
just
like,
because I'm not
50,
Illustrator
50.
guy and don't have a tablet to draw.
I did-
like
I
you
used a
guys all
mouse.
do.
I
Yeah,
told
you
you.
do. You say you don't, and you do. All right.
I did just get the new iPad though, and it with the Apple Pencil. It's actually really sick. Like it works just
This is
like
brought
a
to you by
tablet.
Apple.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Steve Jobs.
Yeah, right. Hey, look.
Bro,
Boom.
too soon,
Sweet
man.
Prince.
If you're not
look at
watching, I'm
that.
holding up the Apple Pencil. But it's so cool, dude. It works right on the
does it do?
tablet.
Apple
does it do?
Pencil.
It just like you can
Whoa,
paint
it
with
does
it. or
everything
point-
a finger does. Whoa.
Yeah, but it's like it's a pen. Plus there's like pressure sense. It's listen.
Huh.
It's cooler than
See,
you think.
Fruit, like when you said it does everything a finger does, Fruit was like, yo, you get it. And Rob just like, yeah,
Yeah.
you asshole.
Yeah, but you don't understand. That's not the point. Anyway, I don't even know where we were. But anyway, Blue's
Oh.
drawing is amazing. Thank you very much again,
fantastic.
Josh
Indeed.
Pineapple 1.
Thank you,
Excellent.
Josh.
Excellent work. Excellent work.
For the
Incredible.
most part, you guys don't need to keep submitting because again, we have a big backlog. You can keep submitting, feel free, and we'll still take yours into consideration. But like, don't feel a need. Although for next episode, our challenge to you
Special.
is Halloween themed. So send in some spoopy penguins, and we'll choose one of those specifically
Throw
for
in
the
Rob
next
and
episode.
Christian in the picture. Bonus
Yeah.
points.
By the
You get
way,
little brownie points.
it's
Little-
not that
little
I'm
mustache
it's not that I'm a
on.
little
We're not
jealous,
saying.
but by the time from last podcast to this podcast, Blue has single-handedly, like tenfold, gotten more fan art than I have.
Dude, I've gotten so
than
much
most
fan
people
art. It's
have.
actually incredible.
All right, so I don't feel left out or anything, but feel free to send some my way just for the fun of it. You know what I'm saying? I'll use it. Fine. What? Instead of a face cam.
I don't blame him.
And since
I gotta
Aaerios
bring
some
something up with you. What is up with the drinking straight from the carton? Like, why?
I actually do that too. Not gonna lie.
Oh,
I cut out the middleman.
don't.
Why do we need a glass? Cut it out.
When you put it in the cup, when you put it in the cup, that's like a tax. You don't want taxes.
Well, it's like telling you how much you should drink.
Aaerios,
Okay,
you're putting
And I
good
need to
people
drink
out
it
of
all.
jobs.
I need
Okay?
to
There
drink
are
it.
some good, honest people making cups, and right now you are putting them out of a job.
almond milk.
You know what?
Is
You know what
that
the
just
best
milk?
part is?
No,
He's
you don't mean
two-fisting it. He's got a cup of water and a cup
He
of
has a
almond
jug.
milk on the other.
He
Yeah.
currently has like a water
fists.
jug of water. I don't even know what that is. It's like a
It's a
pitcher.
pitcher.
Yeah, he's a
Wait,
pitcher of
ew.
water.
You're drinking
and a carton
water
of milk.
with milk?
Yeah.
Not at the same
You gotta stay
time.
hydrated.
Oh,
Well,
it's
no, but
almond
don't-
milk too.
I don't. Okay, so first you slander my stash, which is
Ah.
awesome. Then you slander my glasses. You slander my excellent
Hey,
suit.
Hey, no, I was
Now you're
applauding you.
slandering
No,
my
guys,
beverages.
I was
you guys need to
applauding
calm down. The more angry Aaerios gets, the more crooked his glasses do. So, all right, we need to slow it
Come
down.
on, I'm thirsty.
It's like it's
Goodness.
just it's like
Roasted.
They're a little crooked.
That's funny, man.
There's no stability.
It's because you're right. It is slowly blue going.
Slowly.
We're slowly
Gosh.
losing it.
all
The
right.
more milk you give the
Ship
man.
is sinking.
Well,
I see that it should be
okay.
almond milk, though.
All right, we'll try and get into a little bit of structure, and then, as always, we'll wander off. With that said, there's not much else to the intro this time
man.
around. We'll get straight to it. This question, someone had a good idea. I don't remember who said it, but last time we asked Aaerios what did I don't even know what I just said. Dado, what his favorite food was, and we're like, oh, we'll do that for every episode. But they bring up a good point. We should change it every time, so one, we get a different answer, but also we can all join in, because I can talk about food for a while, but like if it's favorite food or something, there's a point where it's just gonna. I'm looking at you, Aaerios, and it makes me want to adjust my glasses. It makes me want to straighten my glasses.
Perfect. Mine are a little crooked.
Yeah, you're making me feel like I'm off
on the
balance.
edge.
Like they don't stay on my head.
Literally putting.
My head's like
You're literally
starts
putting me on
tilting.
tilt, man. My world is slowly shifting. Like,
So long story short, Aaerios' favorite movie. Go.
You know, I gotta go with the Shawshank Redemption. I mean, it's not a comedy, but it's Morgan Freeman.
Classic.
You know,
either get busy
living or get busy dying.
Busy dying. Just a great, you know, just a great movie.
wish
And my
I
favorite
could show it
part
to
is
you.
just the ending. We have Red, we have the other dude, and they're they're just
Yeah.
running on the
No
and they
spoilers,
just-
of course.
yeah.
They're
Yeah,
running
yeah,
and
yeah.
the movie's been out for like 40
Yeah.
years.
True, like you haven't seen it
Spoil
by
the
now.
movie.
Then, like, what do you do?
I think there's a point.
Fantastic movie.
No,
Fantastic.
yeah, there's a certain point. There has I don't know what the time period is, but like there has to be a grace period. I'll give it like a few years, maybe up to 5, maybe. But then
5, yeah.
after that,
Depends
it's
on,
like
the kind of movie.
yeah, it also depends. Like
I still won't spoil Force Awakens. Like if I know
Yeah.
somebody hasn't
well, that's
seen
still
it, I
2,
won't.
and also
Yeah.
like the next movie isn't out yet and stuff. So I mean that would make sense. But like
Yep.
there's definitely a certain period where it's like 4 or 5 years from now. Like, all right, bro, that's your fault. All right.
Yep.
But anytime before that, if I hear spoiler, I'll kill you. Also, it also depends though if you're talking with somebody. You know, there's a certain like etiquette, and so if you say something, it'd still be nice. If somebody's like,
Absolutely.
like I haven't
Yeah.
seen that yet, we're like,
I hate
"Ugh,
spoilers, man.
yeah, man,
Yeah.
bane of my existence.
Yep.
But Shawshank Redemption.
Favorite comedy though, probably Anchorman. Just classic.
Oh, dude,
a
I was
lot of
watching
one-liners,
Anchorman
you know.
clips today,
They're just-
man.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty. So.
Rick, where'd you get a hand grenade? He's like, I don't know. He's
I
just
don't
like
know.
standing there
It
with
works 60% of the
Killed the guy with
time,
the track.
all the time.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that doesn't
That
make
smells
sense.
like pure gasoline. Like,
What is
Yeah,
that?
fine,
The
baby.
arsonist has oddly shaped feet.
Unique
Yeah.
New
I love
York.
I love
Unique.
that movie.
San Diego. That's a good movie. What do you think about the second
yeah.
one? That's the question.
Second one, disappointment. I mean, it's hard to follow
it's
up.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay, but I mean, we're talking about
Doesn't
like, the
hand it-
first
it
one,
doesn't-
like
The
a
classic.
But yeah, but you can't.
Like it's so hard to follow up on a classic like that. So I mean, I don't blame it for being not as good, but I mean, it's hard to top the first one. I mean, let's be honest.
Anchorman is hilarious.
But I mean, it was okay. You know, I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
All right, Blue, what are you thinking? Favorite movies?
Oh,
It can be your
dude,
favorite
but
one or
that's-
your 2 genres. I
It's
don't
so
know.
hard. If like someone were gonna like shoot me in the face, like say your favorite movie, bro.
Give me your fucking favorite movie right now.
Probably Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
That one's so good.
Never seen.
Mhm.
Dude, that movie is a trip, and it's the best trip ever.
Is that the one with the weird, scary bunny in it?
No, that's Donnie Darko. That's
Donnie
also
Darko's
good.
a great
but
one too, though. But yeah, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
It is
I
Jim
love that
Carrey.
whole movie. So the whole
Is that
premise.
the one where he's like a actor, but like people he thinks he's living a real
Oh,
life.
no,
but people
that's,
watch him?
That's Truman Show.
Yeah.
Truman
That's good
Show.
one. I
Yeah,
like
with
that one.
Another great movie,
Yeah.
but
all
Right.
great movies.
No,
This
I've
one-
never
the
seen Spotless.
the premise of Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is like, so this couple is no longer together, and we live in this world where
bad.
people can actually wipe their memories. So like
Oh, yeah.
I've
you don't
heard
have
of
to
that.
remember anything about what you don't want to remember. So
Yeah.
you can just get rid of like a memory
that's
of like your ex or
sad.
something. So yeah,
It's
it's
a-
a sick movie.
Dang.
It's one of my favorite movies. Well, one of my favorite movies, but that's also probably my favorite genre, even though my favorite movie isn't a part of that genre. Is like those mind benders.
Yeah.
Where like
Oh, yeah.
like you can watch it and then like immediately. God, why are you scratching your back?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you know what's funny?
You're so
I
casual.
think in my bathroom I still have the back scratcher I took from you.
Oh, this one,
That
right?
same one, yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Same one.
Yep, same one.
Aaerios had
Pick
backup.
that up
back
at your
scratching
local
brothers.
TV.
Well, when I went down to
This guy.
PAX South last
Sorry,
year, apparently you ordered a couple off Amazon for like $5
I ordered
something.
11.
He's
They
like, you can
had
take
a
one.
bamboo too, so you know it's good.
Ordered 11.
Yeah, why not? It was
Just
they were
in-
on sale.
There's
You
a
gotta
lot of
replace
bags.
every once in a
A
while.
lot of
You gotta
bags
keep
to
them
scratch.
I guess one for your foot, one for your back, one for your hand, one for your.
And one for
You know.
his friend, so I took it
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I used it. But yeah, those are my favorite movies where like you can watch it and immediately
Yeah.
watch it again. Like that's the first time I saw Ocean's 11, I immediately rewatched it.
See, I've never seen Ocean's 11.
See, other like mind makes
That's
up like
good.
Fight Club. You ever
Yeah.
seen Fight Club?
Oh, yeah,
Oh
Fight
yeah,
Club's
of
good.
course I've
Yep.
seen Fight Club. Dude, have you seen The Game with Michael Douglas? Dude, that movie.
Michael
Like-
Douglas is awesome.
Dude,
Oh, we
like,
went to watch it. It
we
wasn't
just
on
recent-
Netflix, so
Oh yeah, it's not on Netflix. So like we
Oh, we
just
thought
like
it was.
used the Chromecast and like cast it on a TV. Dude, it is so good. Like oh, it was a crazy mind bending one.
then there's
Classic.
your typical ones like Inception, which is
Yeah.
a pretty obvious one, but that one's still good.
Mind blown.
Yeah.
Mine
I have
pretty
to
was
dream a
good.
bit bigger.
Oh, I guess
The
Sixth
Butterfly
Sense could fall in that
Effect.
category. Yeah, Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense, Butterfly Effect,
Good one.
which there's a split people on that, I guess, but I really like the Butterfly Effect.
I've never really given it a chance. I haven't seen it since I was like 12, and I wasn't really paying
It's really
attention.
good. Trying to think
That
of
has
the-
Ashton
Gladiator?
Kutcher in it, right?
Good one.
yeah.
And it's like the premise that like if you kill a butterfly.
No,
like,
if a butterfly flaps its wings, then like a typhoon spawns or whatever, like appears on the other side of the world or whatever. Or like every
It's a-
action has a reaction, no matter
yeah,
how
they're
big or
like
small.
tied together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, no. Never mind. I already put it in my suggestions. Sorry.
What were you going to say?
Well, Lost in Translation is another one I love a lot.
Oh, is that
I
with
don't
Tom
even
Hanks?
know.
Oh yeah.
That's
I
with
remember-
Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson.
Oh yeah, that's right, Bill Murray.
Ooh,
So I
nice.
remember my parents had like brought us to like it was like one of those things where your parents and hang out with other parents and you hang out with the kids and the parents hang out with the parents and like drink and watch a movie. They watched Lost in Translation at the end. All the adults were like, "That was stupid. Like I didn't get it at all. Like my parents didn't
It's
understand
like
it." So
it's like a
I've
really
never seen it.
specific. It's a really specific movie.
Yeah, they all thought it was so dumb. They're like, "Well, I didn't think they thought it was dumb. I think they just didn't understand it."
Yeah, it's hard to. It's not hard to understand it. It's just got like it's such like a nihilistic type of movie
That's a good word.
in a way,
What does
but
nihilistic mean?
Well, I think
Like-
nihilistic.
Oh,
Nihilistic,
Oh, okay,
whatever.
I know, nihilistic.
like nothing matters. Fuck everything.
Can I have the country of origin?
This
please?
place sucks.
Nigeria.
Nigeria. No, I can't think of all those, but like almost any movie like that where it's like a mind bender, like a really big twist.
Yeah.
I think I've watched all of them because those are my favorite, so I seek those out
You'll-
specifically.
Okay, you'll
Mhm.
love the game then. You need to watch that.
I need to watch that one. Actually, I'll throw this out. This isn't my favorite movie, but just on the topic, if you have Netflix, super underrated, I think. Like, it has awful ratings, and it did horribly. And then the sequels went straight to DVD. But The Cube. I don't know if you've ever heard of
never
it.
seen
I
it.
think you talked.
Never
I
seen
think
it.
you talked to me one day about the Cube.
Yeah, it was a little while. I watched it. I like it so much. Like, sure, the movie's not great, but the premise alone makes up for like everything else. So the premise is this person wakes up in a cube, right? And they don't know why they're there. They don't really remember for the most part who they are. Some of them have like, sparse memories and stuff. Usually it's like there's just a gap in time for them. And then they find out that they can like open a door or something, like a little gap. And then they find out that through that next door is another cube. And then they slowly find out that they're just in this massive cube. And there's just, every room has, 6 doors, up, down, and then on the sides. And it just leads into other rooms. But then they start to find out some rooms have like traps. So some rooms you go in and then there's like lasers that will come and like slice you off or something. Like it gets a little corny sometimes, but like yeah, really cool stuff. And then they find other people in the cube, and then they start to figure out why these people are in the cube, who they are, what's their whole purpose,
And like
how they can escape.
Connecting.
Yeah,
Like,
if they connect, how they can escape, what does what. They start to like learn how to check for traps, all this kind of stuff. It's really
This
interesting.
is on Netflix.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. And
Yeah,
then
check it out.
there's not only the cube, there's like Cube 2 and Cube 3. Watched them all. And like yeah, they're pretty corny, but the premise alone like got me. I like those movies too where like it's just a weird, like somebody just had a premise like, hey, what if somebody just woke up in a cube at this room of like a death maze and had no idea why they're there? And I'm like, all right, I'm interested.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So that's just a suggestion. But my favorite movie, cliche, but The Dark Knight.
Yeah. Oh well, that's a
I
great.
can
I
respect
saw
that.
that movie at least
Mr.
like 4 or
Wayne.
5 times in 2 years. Like that movie's.
As
So
long as you
good.
didn't say The Dark Knight Rises, we would have been all right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think it's the worst of the trilogy. My list would go Dark Knight, Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises.
Batman Begins was so
Well,
underrated, man.
It was
Okay.
so underrated.
Scarecrow was
About
awesome.
Batman and Robin. You guys are forgetting about Batman and Robin with George
Bat
Clooney
nipples.
and Batman.
classic.
yeah.
The bat nipples.
Now don't forget about that one. That one's a great
Poke
one.
someone's eye out with those things.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton, though, best Batman.
What? Hey, Michael
Hey,
Keaton is
Renee.
also
Yeah, you're
forgotten
right.
about.
Keaton was actually Batman.
He
Ben
was like-
Affleck's
he's a
only had
good
one
Batman.
performance, but I'm sold.
Okay.
Actually, I really
Fair
do.
enough.
That's
enough.
not actually. I guess I'm biased because I like the Christian Bale movies, so I just go Christian Bale.
Yeah.
But I really like Ben Affleck's Batman. I mean, we
in the
didn't
same
see
boat.
enough in
Buttman.
BVS to like, but I'm interested to see him in a solo film.
Yeah.
But
I
I
feel
like
like-
I like the character,
exciting.
the Bruce Wayne they have portrayed.
I feel like
Like, he's
the
a
Dark
badass. I
Knight
feel like
he's
badass.
trilogy, Dark Knight trilogy was like just the best Batman movies. I feel like Ben Affleck
Yeah.
could be a better Batman though, 100%.
Well,
We gotta
that-
see
well,
more.
that
Gotta
was-
see more.
I think that's what some people say is Bruce, or I think the way they put it is Christian Bale was a really good Bruce Wayne, but not as good of a Batman.
I agree.
I can.
Ah,
I like that.
yeah.
I like that.
That's what a lot of people say about him.
Really
Another
just the
good
voice,
like
though.
mind
That is
trippy movie,
weird.
The Prestige. That has Christian Bale in it.
Prestige is crazy.
See,
Oh,
that's
that
another
was
one of those
awesome.
mind benders that I like.
Yeah, like that's one of those movies that is super cool.
What's that one Christian Bale movie where he's like crazy? It's like the American Psycho or whatever.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
American
Psycho.
Psycho.
Yeah, American
I've never
Psycho.
seen
Yeah,
that.
that
but
one's
I've
good
seen,
too.
like,
That was really good.
Rolled
really
Dubs.
weird, but it was good though.
Super weird.
It was good. Yeah.
But no, with Ben Affleck, it's like his Batman. It's like imagine the Bale movies, but they fast forwarded like 20 years, and then they said it where like he's just tired of everything. He's like, I'm over it. He also, well, I'm not sure if they ever confirmed like the actual canon stuff, because like that's one gripe I heard about BVS was people going in who one didn't know much about the universe, or two didn't bother to like hear and read about what it was going in
BVS,
beforehand.
You mean like Batman vs Superman?
Yeah,
right?
Batman versus
Yeah.
Superman.
Yeah.
Where like allegedly, sorry, I need to get water. Allegedly, Robin, I don't know how recently, was killed by the Joker,
Oh
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
because
Mm.
you can
Yeah.
see in while he's walking, there's a scene of Robin's suit, and it has like all Joker spray paint on it. So it was like insinuated that Joker killed Robin, and then I'm not sure if this part was confirmed, but I think that after that, Batman's first kill was Joker. Like he decided at that moment, like killing can be a means to an end. Like sometimes it's necessary, and then he obviously just went off the rails. And at this point, he's like, I don't care, they're bad. I don't see a gray anymore. I'm just gonna kill. And so now you got like that's why everyone was crazy. Like Batman doesn't kill. Well, this Batman does. You just have to understand they're two completely different Batmans.
In a lot of comics,
Right.
too, Batman kills.
Yeah,
like he
that-
doesn't. everyone was just so used to the Dark Knight interpretation, they
Yeah.
forgot that there's a lot of Batman interpretations that are really dark.
Yeah, I did like that part though.
Where's the Joker?
Like,
do you mean?
finally they realized, like, hey, we should change his voice somehow. I mean,
Yeah.
it is a bit of a meme, but it certainly makes more sense. Rachel,
It's like he was really
God
thirsty.
damn.
where is
you know?
she? Yeah,
I feel like in the Dark Knight
Water.
Rises,
I
they
need
just
some water.
embraced the meme because there was that Funny or Die video or something. They just
Oh.
took it over the
Oh,
top,
yeah,
yeah.
and I could when Dark Knight Rises came out, I couldn't not hear it every time. he
Yeah,
talked.
like every time.
Ugh. That's my
But,
favorite. Rob, what about you?
I think. Oh, Empire Strikes Back, bro.
Hell
Star Wars
yeah.
That's
episode,
classic.
Nice.
episode
Classic.
5, dude.
Good-
Nothing beats
good
episode
stuff right
5.
there.
Or Scarface, like they're like right there.
Mm.
And War for the Planet of the Apes, dude. I loved War
Really?
for the Planet of the Apes, dude. Oh, I loved
Is that
it.
the most recent
Really?
one?
Yeah.
I haven't
It was
seen the most
third
recent one.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Oh,
it either.
dude, I loved it. I thought it was way better than 1 and 2.
I
Well,
love
see-
the reboot of the series. It's awesome.
Yeah, I feel like it doesn't get enough attention. Like, some people are just like,
Yeah.
oh, Hollywood remake, it's not that good. But I really like
No,
them.
it's
It really is good.
I like one
awesome.
more than 2, but I heard
Yeah.
3 was better. So I'm
Yeah,
looking
dude,
forward
it
to
draws like a lot of parallels to like man's history, like with like it like draws a lot of things like towards the Holocaust and all that kind of thing. And like I love when like directors do that kind of thing. So it was really, 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 really.
Inglorious Bastards.
Yeah, it's just.
I don't know
like,
why
super,
that just
super
came out,
cool.
but yeah, that's it. Just something political, and I was like, that is such a good movie. I just thought parallels Nazis. Yep. That's a good movie.
I think the movie though that has the
Jew
best
bear.
like 2-minute start is Up. I know it's like an
Oh,
animated
stop,
movie,
man!
but the
Trying to
first
make me cry?
2 minutes
The
is
heart
like a
wrench.
microcosm
That love story?
of just life. You
Yeah.
know, like growing up, getting married, getting old, and then
Crushing
everything.
those dreams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's so sad, but it's so like real
True,
and
yeah.
good.
I
You know,
went to
like,
the midnight
it's
premiere of that
real.
movie with my dad and Hayden.
Well,
No, yeah.
realistically, like, some people will bash on it, but like, for the most part, Disney movies, even though no matter how kiddie they might look, they all have like
They're
the
very adult.
underlying themes
Yeah,
are always like there's always
undertones.
the
Yeah,
things
it's-
there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's
Like,
well, you'll totally
they do
see
a
a
really
different
good
movie
job.
from like when you're watching like Hercules or something like that when you're 6, and then when you're like 20 when you're
Yeah.
watching it. They're totally two
Yeah,
different
you
things.
pick up on things for sure.
Like
I mean,
Inside
Beauty and
Out
the
was
Beast
one of
was
the
all about
most.
bestiality. Like, come on.
Inside Out though was like one of their
Yeah.
most serious they've done,
Oh, I loved Inside
and like
Out, dude.
kids
I
didn't
cried.
quite pick on, but like adults, you can immediately like
Oh my
look at
god.
all like depression.
Inside
and
Out was
everything.
ridiculous.
I cried every
It
time.
was, the first time I saw Inside Out, it was like, this isn't like this. I know this is supposed to be a kids movie, but like the stuff they're
Shit,
talking about, this
dang.
is not a kids
heavy.
movie.
Well,
like,
whenever I see
Yeah.
like a new Pixar movie, I'm like, yes. Like I love Pixar movies. Like The Last Dinosaur. I don't know if you guys ever saw that movie. Like that
Yeah.
movie was awesome. Last
Well,
Dinosaur was really
isn't
good.
there next one that something about that the like
oh,
Dia de Muertos or whatever with the guitar?
yeah,
Oh, it's like
right?
the kid
I'm
in
actually
the-
really excited for that.
Mm.
It's a guitar, right? That he like
Yeah.
loves or something.
See, I'll go see that one. That one initially doesn't interest me as much as some of
I
the other
agree.
ones. I'll still go see it though, just because I know
I
it's Pixar.
recently
That
watched
one, I'm so
uh,
excited for it.
Big Hero 6. Do you guys see Big Hero?
Dude,
6?
that
Big
is
Hero
such
6
a
is
good-
fantastic.
Yeah,
Just wanna
Big
just
Hero
hug
6
that
is
thing.
really good.
Moana
Yeah, we
was
really
good
liked
too.
it.
I like Moana.
Really, I thought Moana was very. I just like the crap.
Shadow.
Yeah, the shadow.
I like the song.
It calls me.
Welcome, diddle diddle dee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Natural welcome.
Okay, so that movie's called Coco.
Coco.
Oh, cool.
Yo,
Yeah,
can
I'm
we
really
talk
excited for it, man.
about
When does
the
it come
Star
out?
Wars trailer and how hyped this new movie is gonna be,
Oh
bro?
my god.
No, okay.
So-
I mentioned it to them. My theory is that by the 9th episode, Rey's the bad guy, Kylo's the good guy. That's my
That would be
prediction.
insane.
I can
Like-
100% see it because
That's my prediction.
because Kylo is
I
still
like
like
it.
struggling with like the balance between the two. Like he
I
doesn't
sti-
want
Go
to be evil, but he also like
Yeah.
has that part of him. And when you look at the trailer, like maybe it's misleading because that's what every Star Wars
Oh,
movie
yeah.
trailer
No, for
is.
sure.
They always mislead you with they misdirect you. Is what
Yeah,
Like
I was
some
told,
scenes
but,
you think are
yeah.
next to each other aren't going to be, and
So maybe in this movie, Kylo's like straight up like, "Fuck it, I'm a Sith." But in the trailer, it's like he's still struggling with that moral dilemma.
totally.
So-
totally.
God, Kylo Ren is just such a dope character.
Well, I just
Yes.
I think he's a double agent. I part of me thinks he's like a double agent. Like he is
I don't-
trying to.
I don't think he's
Because
a
I think
double
he's
agent.
trying to become like a master in like the dark side of the Force, and then Rey is going to become like a master of the light side of the Force.
It sounds far-fetched.
And then they become Bendu, which is like a theory that like it's the middle. It's like you can learn how to use both sides of it, because it's like they want to end the radicalization of like a Jedi.
That's what that book she finds is, right?
Yeah, exactly.
About gray. What is it? It's called Gray Force or something like that. Yeah, it's
gray whatever.
Yeah, but
it's like
something.
Yeah,
I think it's like Luke sent Kylo like after the Jedi Temple fell and was like, "Go learn all you can," but like, no, you're along the way you're gonna have to make like choices and decisions like you're not going to want to make, but in order to become like a full dark side master, it's like what you have to do. So like when he's like talking to Han Solo about like, I don't know what to do, like, can you help me? And like Han knows he's gonna kill him because Han knows that's what he's gonna do. At least I think. So it's like a whole kind of like.
It sounds over the top, but I could see it.
Yeah, but it sounds sick, right?
They debated us in the first the first new trilogy, because at first I was like, okay, Finn's the main character, but then like as when you start watching the movie, it's like, okay, it's obvious like Rey's the main hero of the story.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like what if like in the middle of Last Jedi, we do that same thing where it starts off and you think Rey is the main character, but then by the end of it, it's like, holy shit, Kylo's the one who's gonna do everything.
I don't think he's a double agent. I think he genuinely is trying to chase the dark side, because I think the thing is he's just confused. He's chasing what he thought Darth Vader was, which was bent, but he didn't realize that Darth Vader didn't draw his power straight from the dark side, and it wasn't just like anger fueled. It goes all the way back. So I think he's chasing something that he doesn't truly understand. Like, he doesn't even really know at this point. He's just like, Darth Vader, he was sick, and the badness, and he was sick. So I think he's just gonna get lost in the sauce. I think that's what he's doing right now.
He's already lost in the sauce.
Because I think he's good, and I think he's gonna realize that. So I think, I think Rey's gonna somehow go to the dark side, or something like that. Like Rey's gonna become
a swap.
I think sick. Kyle's turning good for sure, though.
You know how like Plagueis is like talking and saying like, or like or whatever, Snoke. I call him Plagueis because that's what I think.
Plagueis the wise.
Yeah, Darth Plagueis the
wise. The tragedy of Darth Plagueis the wise.
No, but then he's like saying like, I saw raw untapped potential. I don't think he's talking about Kylo like in that kind of thing. I think he's talking about Rey. I think like that.
Well, no, that was Luke who said that. That part where like I saw this kind of power before and it scared me.
No. I'm saying like the beginning of it. He's like, when I saw you. He's like, I saw untapped, raw. Like I don't think he's talking about Kylo in that scenario.
Yeah.
He's talking about Rey.
No, for sure.
Yeah,
I got some Vader vibes though from Luke. I don't know, like Luke just kind of came off as like those old Vader vibes.
See, Luke saw some shit, bro.
He's seen something.
He's been through some stuff, and I don't know. He just seemed like weird.
You see, what I'm thinking is Darth Vader was like a broken man coming from the dark side. I think Luke is going to be like that other side, the broken man coming from the good side. So he's got his own. Like, even when I was a kid and I would watch all the early Star Wars movies and even the terrible Caesar 1, 2, and 3. It was like
I don't think
they're
bad. I don't think they're
3
that
are like
bad.
doable. Like
3 is pretty good in my opinion.
I actually like Attack of the Clones because for the first time, I liked it so much. Yeah, too, because for the first time we got to see like a giant Jedi battle.
Oh, but
because we never got to see that before. In the originals, the effects weren't there. You had the little like stiff like, but like Attack of the Clones, you had all the Jedi. You got to see like everybody going at it, and that's why I liked it so much.
It was Rob Haha, man.
I don't think it was that bad. I don't think it was that bad.
The only thing I really liked about the second episode was that we got to see Yoda just beat ass.
Oh,
we get to see it even better
against Dooku for like the first time. You see him like
that was badass.
Yeah,
but I feel like in 3 we got an even better Yoda fight. So it's like I still think 3 is really good. Anyways, bringing it back to my main point. Even when I was a kid, it was like, man, like the radicalization is just insane. Like when you look at the Jedi councils, like you have to be all of these things in such a strict way. It was like, Jesus, like how do you make proper decisions when you're so stuck on one side?
You can never marry. You can't
never marry. You can't like you basically can't have feelings when you're a Jedi, which is like that makes people go insane. Clearly, like with Anakin. He
Well, that
became
because
Darth
that's what like the
Vader.
dark side is. Like it's built off
Yeah.
emotion and it built.
Yeah, dark side's built off emotion. So
Yeah.
it's like even like if you look at all the old movies, it's like this is just not like a sustainable way of like
It
having.
just makes you go crazy eventually.
Yeah, it makes both sides crazy.
Yeah.
So
is
Kylo
the
might
reality,
not be
so-
a double agent, but I think at the end of episode 9, it's Kylo and
Yeah.
Rey,
Ren.
like kind of teaching the middle kind of ground, like teaching you how to use
Yeah.
the dark side and the
Oh my
light
God.
side.
I'm just so excited to see like them finally going into this concept that like there is no good or evil. There is just whatever's in the middle, which is gonna be cool. So
I'll make a bold prediction. By the end of the 9th movie, Kylo kills Rey.
Oh,
the
shit.
good
Oh
of
my
it.
God.
That's my bold prediction. For the good of
That'd
it,
be
kills
crazy.
Rey.
That'd be nuts
Would be
to
nuts.
see that kind of like story or Aaerios over there like freaking out.
you're
guys
freaking
think-
me out, man.
Do you guys think we ever get episodes 10, 11, and 12?
Yeah.
Like in our lifetime.
Depends on how much money these make.
Oh, yeah.
Don't make-
They're gonna find a way to keep these going.
All right, in our lifetime, what's the highest Star Wars movie? we
Make
get?
them and they will come.
Oh, I have no idea.
I'm gonna say if we get lucky, we'll. If
Like,
they
in
continue
the-
it, I'll
in
say
the-
solid 12. Solid
in the
12.
teens.
Well, I'm still hesitant about like the offshoots. I'll make my decision. I like Rogue One was pretty good, but
I
I'll,
like
I'll
Rogue One a lot.
yeah, I'll hold my judgment though until I see this Han Solo. If they can pull that one off, then I'll also start looking
Yeah.
forward to these offshoots.
Well,
really hesitant about the Han
Yeah.
Solo.
I hope
one.
they do
Yeah.
Obi-Wan spin-off, man. I want to see.
Oh yeah, like
Yes,
all
yes,
of the
yes.
one like
See what
after the
Obi-Wan
Clone
was up
Wars.
to.
Yeah,
dude, and get Ian McGregor in there. Whatever his name is, how do you say it?
yeah, all Obi-Wan. He's a perfect age, man.
Ewan?
They gotta get-
Ed-
they
Ewan
gotta get
McGregor
on
or
it
something?
now.
I don't know. Ian McGregor. I think it's Ian. It just might be Ian. I don't know.
Ewan
maybe.
McGregor, whatever. Same
Don't
shit.
ask me, man.
But he's super cool, and like he would be like kind of older now, like right in between that kind of part where Obi-Wan was, and
Yeah,
where
man.
we found him in episode 5.
He's a
Yeah.
perfect age
Or
right now,
episode
man.
4. Excuse me.
I
Get him in
think-
there.
I
Gotta do it
think-
now.
Hear me out
Before
here.
he gets old.
Okay, we get a prequel to the prequel. Anakin in the womb, and then just see what happened. You know what I'm saying? What messed him up? You know what I'm saying?
I want
Was
to
it
know
the
who-
hot wing she
I wanna
ate, or
know who
like
made
something?
No, I want to know who made him.
It was too spicy.
He's made from midichlorians or something. I want to know.
We don't talk about midichlorians here.
Like, how can we confuse this universe? All right, throw in midichlorians.
Have you
Before-
seen,
What
have you
if
seen
it's a
George
Trekkie?
Lucas's reaction to watching episode 1? There's a YouTube video of it. He's like,
isn't he just like, what did I like? What was I?
Yeah,
thinking?
no, he's like watching. He's like, I think I might have gone too far in some places. He's just like watching it, and everybody like after it is just like sitting around the table like.
I
Well, that-
fucked up.
Imagine being in a room with George Lucas after watching episode 1, like a rough cut of episode 1.
Jar Jar was stroke of brilliance, George. Don't worry.
Dude, I think he
Oh,
was actually
great.
supposed to do
I love
something
him, though.
that he was supposed to.
Jar Jar
Like,
wasn't that bad, but like
You don't
as
think
a-
so?
Jar
He
Jar
was
wasn't that
cute.
bad. No. As a
Jar
kid,
Jar
he wasn't that
Binks.
bad. As I slowly
Misa.
grew up, I was like, dude, I cannot deal with this guy. Like, he's
About like
just-
about like 3 years ago, I was like, I'm gonna watch episode 1. I was like, I haven't seen it since I was
Ah,
like
Misa
12.
Jar Jar Binks. Like,
And
shut the fuck up.
I was like halfway through it. I was like, oh my god. I was like, people waited in line for this
No, no.
for like days and saw this.
People never thought they would get the 1, 2, and 3 in their lifetime, so they finally got it, and it was like, people. It's like DC now, where people are so scared of the movies being bad, but you're still
Yeah.
like positive about it because you love DC so much.
Yeah.
So like, the Star Wars 1, 2, 3 was like, yeah, it's still alright.
Oh, did you guys see that trailer for that new Marvel horror movie? The
No.
New Mutants?
No.
Yeah, Marvel's
What?
coming out with a horror movie, and it's
It-
called New Mutants.
Is
and
it
it's
based
about-
off the Logan?
No, it's based.
Like,
Well, it's based
afterward?
off of. I don't know, but it's based off of like the X-Men. So, and, like,
I mean,
that
it
kind
would
of
make
universe.
sense because Logan was R, and they showed also Deadpool did, but like Logan showed that like Wolverine should have been an R-rated movie. Like they could
I would-
like
I
the
hope
whole
it-
thing.
I
They
would
could have
also
done
agree
so
on
much
that
more
too.
with them, and like Logan showed what the grittier side looks like. So you already saw what those little kids. Have we
still
all seen
haven't
Logan?
seen
Oh, well, you see like some little mutants like just mess some people up, and it's like, oh my god,
Oh,
but it's
they
ours,
mess
so
them
they can
up.
show whatever. So that's why
It's gory. It's great.
I don't know what it is,
It's
but I'd
called, like,
imagine
it's called
off
New
that.
Mutants. Yeah, and it's like a strict horror movie. Like they show it as a horror. Like the trailer's cut to be horror. It's scary.
Huh.
looking,
I'm
too.
so excited for even
Interesting.
more like our horror movies because Deadpool and Logan both showed like you don't have to have like a kiddie hero movie for it to do well.
Yeah.
No,
So,
yeah. That's why like Ryan Reynolds was like, please go see Deadpool. Like if like you're thinking about seeing it, because like they need to show that you don't need to be like Captain America or that kind of movie.
Well, the only worry I have about it though is that studios are going to see that and then just think, oh, R-rated superhero movies do well. No,
Time
you
for
need to
Catwoman
do them
reboot.
right. Like,
yeah.
Oh,
Oh
God,
God.
like
Catwoman.
Deadpool should be
Catwoman
R.
time.
Like if Deadpool's not R, you have a problem. Like
it's not Deadpool.
it doesn't have to be R, but you have to do it right. You can't just be like, well, I'll just throw a whole bunch of gore in there. We're good.
Yeah.
Or
The only Deadpool I know has his mouth sewed and has swords in his arms.
God.
Right. That's the
we
only
don't
Deadpool
talk about that. dude.
I know.
Jeez.
I never actually saw that movie. I just know about the meme
No.
of the movie.
It was all right. All
Is
right.
it Wolverine
Well,
X or something?
as per usual, our opening question takes up about half of our podcast. So
Yep.
we'll move in to our next segment. We're calling this one. Last podcast, we had the Stefan experience. This podcast will have the Matt experience.
Uh-oh.
no, the
by
M.
my name?
M. We agreed on M. Oh,
Is that
jeez.
me?
Matt.
Yeah. That's not my name.
That's not my name.
Well, I was back in 1975. My mom, nice
We're
red
not-
dress. Okay, we don't
not
need to go that
42.
far back. Okay,
We're
sorry.
not 42.
But after you were birthed from sperm.
Yeah. Okay. Post sperm birth. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Let's see. Grew up. Went to school.
Were you always
every
in
day
Texas?
After. Yeah, I've been in the greater San Antonio
high
area.
school.
Yeah, we did. Actually,
Yeah,
no,
fun
but
fact.
You went to high school together?
No,
I
we
have
didn't go
to
together.
confess. No, I have to confess. I never went to your high school, Blue. That was
Oh, you didn't?
yeah. I debated you.
You debated me.
Debated.
Well, Aaerios was like, yeah, I graduated this year, and I was like, oh, so we totally missed each other. Haha, XD.
Yeah,
So close yet
yeah.
so
So
far.
I didn't actually go to the same school as Blue, but I've grown up in the greater San Antonio area for my whole life. You know, San Antonio,
We've never
San
been-
Anton.
the countdown city.
Is that what they call it?
Growing up, really started playing games when I was, I don't know, maybe like around 10. I would go to
game?
my mom's office after school, and she had 2 computer games. She had Lemmings Paintball, or I guess 3, and then she had the original Age of Empires, like the
Ooh.
OG, and it was
I saw-
sick. And I
thought
had
I saw
no
you
idea
on
like
the
what
other
was
day.
going on, but I just knew that I could build castles and fight people, and so that's what I did. And so I did that for many years until I grew up and got old. And so now I just I'm just chilling with you fine gentlemen and just living life, just living, being noble.
So Age of Empires was the first video game you ever remember playing?
Yeah, and then I got a console when I think I was maybe 16. And then my first game on that was like Trucker's Revenge. So it was like a racing game, but it was with trucks. It was like, truckers,
Big rigs.
yeah.
big
It was
rig.
like big rig trucker and whatever. So yeah, that was my first
Foray.
PS2 game. Terrible graphics, but man, I had a ball with it. I mean, it was awesome.
Well, that's what
and I would play that way too much too.
Nostalgia does old games a good favor because like
It does.
I remember I was like, man, Spyro, that was such a great game. I
Oh,
was like,
Spyro the
man,
Dragon?
Yeah, and I was like, I love that
Yeah.
game.
Dude,
I went back to look at gameplay,
so
and there's like
ugly.
3 triangles, and I'm like,
Dude, it's ugly.
yeah, like in
man.
my mind, I'm
ugly,
like,
but
it's so
beautiful.
vivid and beautiful.
Yeah.
Like I remember, and then I look at the gameplay, I shut it off. I was like, you know what?
As
It stays in the
kids,
past.
We fill in the gaps as kids.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Stays in the
That's
past.
just what the kids' mind.
Like I remember I played Diddy Kong Racing and I was like, this game looks beautiful.
Dude, that
And then I
was my
watched it again,
jam on the 64.
And then I like, yeah, and then I like
Mhm.
saw it one day and I was like, geez, it did not look this bad. Like I swear.
I swear, guys. That's
So PS2 was your first console, Aaerios?
Yeah, that was my first one. I got started with like the console life a little bit later because my parents have console, so I never had original N64 Sega
Okay, so
Genesis.
PS2
Like,
was
I
your
never had-
first.
Yeah, so like PS2
thing
was
to game.
like
Great
Besides
place
Age
to
of
start.
Empires?
I was dipping my toes into console for the first time there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I missed out on a lot of stuff. So it is what it is. But
Great place to start.
yeah,
Did you get PS2 live, or did you were you able to play with people, or no?
no, I just played with myself, just me and my lonesome.
Yeah,
So-
I had PS2 and I never had
No, I
online.
never did it.
Yeah,
Because you had to
I
pay
never-
for it, right? Or
I
don't even remember.
think
I didn't know how to
maybe.
set it up.
It was
Yeah.
I think it was free. It was just you had to go through so many steps to actually get it to
Right?
work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
like
remember when I had Xbox Live, I just plugged in the Ethernet cord and it worked. It was sweet.
My life was
they
just
didn't really advertise it on PS2 either. They weren't like, "Yeah, guys, check it out. Look at this cool network features. Woo!"
No.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a hidden
That was-
feature
Yeah,
almost.
that was the selling point
Like,
of
wait,
Xbox.
I can play
so-
online. Interesting.
One day, Aaerios will have a few day just marathon of super old games, and eventually you'll come to appreciate them. At first, you'll probably cringe, and I will too, but we'll eventually come to understand.
Was it called PlayStation 2 Super Trucks Racing?
Yeah, Super Trucks Racing, dude. That was,
Yeah, brother.
dude. Yeah, I'm racing the truck. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was amazing. It was amazing, and I would play that like way too much, so my mom would get pissed, and she would like take the console like from the wall. I'm like, Mom, you don't have to take the console out of the wall; just take the controllers. Like, you don't gotta like rip it out of the wall, out of the back of the TV. Just take the controllers, and I can't play. But
So you always got it taken away?
all the time, all the time. And like she had like this secret hiding spot, like tucked in like under a wall. Like I was like, what? Like I've never seen that, and I've lived here for so many years. It was like the craziest hiding spot either. I never found it until I was like kind of like creeping, and then
I never got anything
No.
like really ever taken away. I don't
Yeah,
think.
I
I always
You
had
did?
like a limit, and but after that, like I had to go to bed
I had a limit, and I would go
Back
past it.
and then play some more Halo.
Yeah.
And then
Hey.
like once you hear like you be playing a game, like I know everybody has done this before. Okay, so you're playing a game, you hear a footstep upstairs, you go,
Oh yeah, you freak out. Yep. Pause it. Turn off the TV.
What it was
it's
your
like, as soon as you hear that one footstep, bro, you just bail.
Yep.
was your game and stuff in your room?
No, it was in the basement. In the
Oh,
basement.
I was
under,
gonna say
like-
my parents never. Mine was in the basement, so like if I'm in the basement, I hear my parents. There is no somehow getting up the first floor to
Getting
the
out of
second
it.
floor to my
Yeah,
room,
see,
which is
'cause my
right
room
next to
was-
theirs.
Yeah, my room was in the basement, so
Oh
like
yeah, no, there is
I
no
would
hope for me.
literally, as soon as I hear like a step, I go. I would turn off the TV, like position my controller so my dude be spinning, so I didn't get kicked out,
Rubber
and then,
band it real quick.
and then like jump into bed. I'd leap like 20 yards and somehow land in bed like this,
While
like,
turning off the light at the same
perfectly.
time.
Yeah,
so-
while
It's all-
turning off and then like turning and go, and then like they just go back upstairs, and then I sneak back out and grind away. baby.
Yep. Oh yeah.
You little rascal.
That's the life.
So
Yes, I mean, not too of a fascinating individual.
no,
you're
I don't think you give
Look
yourself
at
enough
you.
credit.
Yeah, look
Nah,
at you.
I
Yeah,
mean,
look at
just have a
yourself.
great stash. I mean, that's all I got. That's
It's
all I
real.
got.
Okay,
Yeah, absolutely,
so
it's real.
we should talk. You've been doing YouTube for a while now. What
Yeah.
was your first YouTube channel, and when did you start it? Because then after that,
Oh,
we can
man.
also then segue into how we met.
Yes. First one was, I think it was just called Aaerios way back in the day. And like most people, it was just Call of Duty, watching Hutch, Nanners, sort of like the original like OGs of that.
Oh,
So I'm
man.
like, I want to do that, So yeah, started a channel, just basically typical Call of Duty commentary. Hi, my name's Aaerios. Welcome. My
old are
loadout
you?
is Scar 26.
No. Like while you're making these videos, like first starting YouTube.
Shoot. I don't know, maybe like 19, 20?
19,
Because
Because what you
So,
start? Did you start your channel 2009 or 2010?
Yeah, 9, 10, like somewhere around there. And so, just doing the typical like COD commentaries, and then yeah, I mean, it wasn't anything special. And then I met you like randomly, like it was the craziest
Yeah.
thing, It's like, was it like Modern Warfare 2? It's like a random like public lobby or something?
What? No,
Because it was a while ago.
I'm trying to remember which COD it was. I can't remember. I don't think it was Modern Warfare
Okay.
2. It might have
What
been
was the one after Modern Warfare 2? It was probably that
Black
one.
Ops.
Black Ops 1?
It might have been Black Ops.
probably.
It was
a lot of Black Ops.
Yeah, you know, I'm pretty sure it was Black Ops 1, and we were just in like a random like team deathmatch lobby.
Well, no. What happened was it was an Xbox Live party chat, and you randomly got invited in because we had a mutual friend.
Oh, that's right, we had a mutual friend,
Ryan, I think. And I was in a party with Ryan, and we were just fragging out. And he's like, "I'll get my friend Aaerios in here," and so he's got him in there. And I was talking. So this is a funny story too. Just to show how young and naive I was at one point. I just started my YouTube channel. It was like probably just a few months old, but I was the same way. You guys all know I started because I watched Nanners, Hutch, Sark, all those people. I did COD commentaries. That's what I started on. And so I had been talking to somebody, and I don't remember how it got started, but he was telling me that he grew up with Adam, C. Nanners, in like high school or something. And they like kind of kept in touch. And he was telling me this guy went into it all. Like, turns out he has something wrong with him. Like, he just loves to like pathologically lie. I have no idea. But, like, he sold the story. He talked about like high school. He like mentioned teachers' names and like moments and like all these things. And he was like, yeah, like I could actually talk to Adam and get you a shout out on Respawn Inbox. And I was like, no way.
Man,
I was like,
that was like
the big
seriously?
break. Yeah, I was like, that's amazing. I was like, that would be
My YouTube career is gonna flourish.
Yeah, I was already thinking. It's like, man, think about like, how many subs I could get, and like, oh my gosh, like, Adam would know about my channel. I was freaking out. I talked to this guy forever, and then he's like, yeah, I can get it to him. They'll be like 2 weeks or so. I kept talking to him, and so it was around this point I was in that party chat, and Aaerios just joined, and I was telling him, and he's like, wait, you know C. Nanners? And I was like, no, but this guy I'm talking to, I grew up with him. So he's like, really? No way. And then that's what. And then Aaerios and I just started talking about how we watched those people, and then that's how it got started.
Yeah, we just kept in touch throughout the years, and you know, now we're in love. It's
I can't remember
We're eloping.
the first time I met you, Aaerios. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I
didn't
think,
impact you that much.
I know it was before Blue.
I think we met back in before Blue, on that shrimping boat.
Way back on that shrimp boat.
Yeah, get on the shrimp boat.
Bubba Gump, here. Bubba
Gump shrimp boat. But yeah, I think I met you maybe like 3 years ago, and then I met Blue like shortly thereafter. Yeah. So and then you know just sort of went like off and on doing YouTube for a while, and then sort of came back like last year and started streaming more. So you know it's been fragging with you boys and making content for Fruit's channel. So it's been fun. It's been a fun journey.
I have his YouTube channel's technically on this, but in his YouTube channel you can find his Twitch. He's been streaming a lot more there, so you can find him. What is your Twitch? Is it Sir Aaerios?
It's twitch.tv/Sir Aaerios.
You can find him there.
Get over there to get some saucy pan action.
Yeah, there's a lot of pans. There's a lot of mustaches, of course, and
chainmail every now and then.
An old chainmail appearing whenever there's a crusade going on.
First time I tuned in and saw you wearing full chainmails. What this is Aaerios.
I mean, I can bring it out if you guys want me to. I got it right
Not
now.
wearing any pants. We've been
multiple times I've asked Aaerios,
You know what?
where do you even
No.
get chainmail?
He has it right there.
I'm like trying to like go like this.
He had it ready. Oh my god.
Yeah, there's his
Hold on.
head
That's some
chainmail.
like Monty Pythons.
Now I'm ready for a crusade.
It's all right. The glasses are still on.
What does
Yep.
that do exactly? Like
It protects me from
armor-wise?
swords, blades, arrows, small ones.
Plus 5
Slashes,
defense, man.
slashes.
Basic
I
plus
mean,
5
yeah,
defense.
plus 15
What about
defense.
dragon?
Oh, 15. Holy shit.
I can't confirm on Dragonfire, but
Yeah, gotta be legend.
There's only one way to
this
find
is
out.
fortified. This is fortified. Nothing's getting past this.
But yeah, that is the point of chainmail. Is to stop like
impressive.
blades and stuff.
Yeah. And plus, like, it's light, you know, so if I, need to flash or something, like, it doesn't get in the way.
Yeah, just hope someone doesn't try to
question.
stab you.
What's the
like
first,
here. But, I mean, here, like, I'm pretty much good to go, you know? Pretty much
Christian, what's the
fortified.
first video you did with Aaerios? Do you remember?
First
Oh.
video we did together.
I don't
you
know,
know?
but we had an OG Rust series. An OG
Oh,
Rust series.
there
That
was-
a classic.
Well, that was
Timeless classic.
That's not
Is
even
that
that.
on your channel, Aaerios?
No, it's
no,
on
it
mine.
was on Fruit's old channel, I think.
No, it's
That's
it's
actually
on
the
this
first
one.
thing I saw.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh
when
wait,
I went
really?
to-
Yeah.
So it's on the Mr. Fruit channel? Oh my
Is
god.
it?
like-
I'm about to look it up.
Because
Yeah, when I first met Fruit, I went to his channel because this was right around the time that he did that No and Beyond video that just made everything blow up. I looked at his like earliest videos, and all the earliest ones are Rust.
Yeah, Rust funny moments part 1. Never trust Aaerios.
No,
Hilarious let's play.
It was.
It was all right. It's just unappreciated.
Hilarious let's play.
It's just honestly it's a treasure on the website, and I don't think people could handle it.
It's a timeless classic. Like it's one of those hidden gems that not a lot of people maybe know about, but it's a classic.
Looking back, again, nostalgia helps. I thought it was way better. I still think though, for that time and when I was doing videos and stuff, I thought it was. I was like, this is peak content for me. Like this is.
Oh yeah,
man, sounds a lot like our Rust season 3 or season 2. Actually, feels bad. Hidden gem.
No, but that was still on this channel because Aaerios and I.
Yeah.
That was back on my old channel. That was years and years before that. I don't know. Maybe we did like a commentary together. I feel like we did something on that old channel.
Did you do like a Halo 4 like MLG commentary thing?
No, that was like the last video I put out on that old channel. But when Aaerios and I were playing back then, it'd be like Gotham City Imposters.
Oh yeah.
A little bit of COD. That was my thing.
You were like the Gotham guy, like the guy.
Which unfortunately, which didn't say much because there wasn't many people. I was getting like 1,000 views a video.
A whopping
on
16 people in the community.
Well, it was like me back then, Morning After Kill, Gaming with Mac.
Yeah. Who is the one?
Oh, Red Ham USLA.
Red Ham, yeah. Red Ham.
Yeah, that was our squad way back then, the good old days.
Yep.
But you should talk. So you had your first channel, but there's also some in between. Like some people might know you from your sports channel.
I did some sports like Madden.
Oh yeah.
And NBA 2K, but I didn't really enjoy it. So I came back to the good side, and just started making content of shooters and random indie games and stuff. So that's what I enjoy doing most, and plus I get to play with you guys more since I didn't really
when you saw the light and came back to PC.
Yeah, well, then I finally got a PC, so I could actually play with you guys.
Saw the light.
Yep, saw the light. But I remember, Fruit, when I actually first met you, like in person, like I was so nervous. Like I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna meet the Mr. Fruit. Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
The first time it was PAX, the very first PAX South.
First one.
Me and two of my friends, we road trip down. It was like a 16-hour drive or something. We did it all in one day, and then we met Aaerios. I think it was like the morning or the night before the first conference. Yeah. And Aaerios was everything I expected him to be.
Oh yeah, he's I'm pretty sure I picked. No, that was in trip from the airport, and you had to sit in the back seat of my car.
Oh no,
and, the window was shattered.
Year. Yeah.
So there was like sharp glass like right behind Fruit, and he was just sitting there. No, my window was shattered. I was like, just be careful.
The car drive was so awful. We're never doing this again. We're just gonna fly. So we flew there second year. And we get there, a baggage claim, and Aaerios is there, and is his whole suit and everything. He's our valet, and he's holding a sign that says, I think it said like Bull, Matt, and Bull's girlfriend. Because for the longest time, Aaerios called me Bull
for a while.
Yeah, because my YouTube name used to be A Bowl of Fruit. And for no important reason, he chose Bull out of that. So
and then everyone's like, "Who's Bull?"
Yeah, everyone's like, "Who's Bull?" Yeah. So he called me Bull. So yeah, the paper said Bull, Matt, who was my friend with me, and then Bull's girlfriend.
Bull.
And so we go there, and then we get to his truck, and that's the thing is the back glass of his truck is just busted out. Like it's like jagged, and he's like, oh, my bad. So he like throws a towel over it.
Story ever.
Yeah, he throws a towel over the glass. He like brushes some off the seat, and then I have to sit right in front of it. And I'm just sit there.
I won't hit any bumps. I promise.
Sorry, just went through a robbery.
No, he had it broken for a while, I guess. What?
It was broken for probably about 7 months.
Oh, yeah, and the glass was still there.
And so the winters were brutal. I mean, just like cold air just blowing in. Like I don't even need AC. I didn't need AC. I just had natural air just blowing in. Oh, it broke. All right. So I had like a bag in the back, and then someone just hammered it, and grab the bag. But in the bag, it was just some undies and 2 pairs of like, dirty socks. So I'm like, Dr. Sock Nerd.
You're like, thanks, man.
Hope you enjoy it.
Appreciate it. Yeah, hope you like those undies that are probably stained.
Underoos?
Yeah, so it was broken. I didn't get it fixed, and I'm like, crap. Like PAX is coming up. Like I gotta pick up Fruit and his friends, and it's still
I'll
shattered.
just brush it off and put a towel.
Yeah, I'll just put a towel over it. I won't hit any bumps. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
I was fine, so.
And then last year, I showed up in a suit again. And now, this year, I mean, who knows
gotta step it up.
what could happen? I know, I gotta step it up. Yeah.
No, but I could tell you tons of stories with Aaerios from PAX South, but most of them are like, had to be their stories.
Yeah.
For like, we could share some.
Asleep in the middle.
Oh, yeah. Aaerios is like a baby. You give him about an hour or two. He's like a puppy. Give him an hour or two, and then he's drained. And then you'll find him asleep in a random hall in the corner with his phone, just like his phone and wall are just like laying beside him. He doesn't get. He's out cold. Like he's trying to charge his phone because he can't get a working phone. So like it lasts like 5 minutes and dies every PAX too.
And then it dies. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it dies. Yeah, he just doesn't get it fixed. He's asleep in a random corner. We're like, where'd Aaerios go? We can't find him. If you lose sight on Aaerios, you will lose him for a couple hours.
Yeah. We need like one of those ropes that you had like back in kindergarten where you hold on to it and everyone would follow in line. Yeah. That's what we need.
No,
man. Good times.
There was that time for no apparent reason. This is last PAX. We were at the Italian restaurant. And
yes.
You already know what I'm going to say. We're sitting there. I'm enjoying my meal. And for whatever reason, we have tall glasses of water with lemon.
Yep.
And for no apparent reason, maybe you can shed some light here on why you did it. But he just takes his whole fist, dunks it in the tall glass of water, grabs the lemon at the bottom, pulls it out, like grabs his eyelids, pulls them back, and then squeezes the lemon into his eye. And then there's like water everywhere to start, like all over the table, all over the floor. His eye's red, and he's like, I don't know. He's like, I made a mistake. We're sitting there like,
what? Yeah,
we're sitting there like, what just happened? And in a period of 5 seconds, it went from just eating to dunk, and then and he's just sitting there like, my eye kind of hurts now. He's like, my contact. I shouldn't have done that with my contact.
I act surprised, but then again, it's the story about the guy over there with the chainmail on his head right now. So
yeah, at this point, nothing really surprises me with Aaerios.
Why did you do that?
Why?
With contacts in his eyes too.
Yeah, thinking back, I don't really have a good reason why. We don't always need a reason. Sometimes we just do things like squirt lemon in our eye.
You know what I feel like? I feel
because
like he
it
was
turns red.
I feel like he was aiming for his mouth, but like accidentally hit
believe
his
me.
eye.
No, don't.
Okay,
I was definitely going for the old eyeball.
He was definitely going for the eyeball.
So just
okay.
The perfect technique is in like all right. So like you got to get one finger and then you go in like that.
All right. So the perfect technique is without contacts, is what I'm getting.
Without.
You still have contacts?
I do, but I only have one. So
because he squirted lemon into the
This is the most. It's like how you only have.
I only have one.
Thing.
Yeah, I only have one ear thing for my glasses, and I only have one contact.
So why don't you put? Okay,
so the depth perception's a little weird.
No, so put the contact in on the one that doesn't have this, and then bend.
And then just maybe go like this.
Yeah.
Voila, 2020.
There
Hi-oh.
you go.
Hi-oh.
There you go.
You somehow managed to like become more Aaerios every time you tell a story.
Yeah,
It's incredible.
There's the time we went to Dairy Queen too, and we all get dipped cones. Yeah. And for Aaerios is the last to get his. We're all enjoying our cone, slowly eating away.
And he comes in and squirts lemon in his eye.
Aaerios goes to the woman.
This out, guys.
He grabs the dip cone. It's a medium dip cone. He grabs it, turns around, looks at us, and I'm not kidding you. The whole thing, he just opens his mouth and up to the cone, just bites the whole thing off. And he
that's sick.
It's just like things like that.
Now you got my attention.
It's like talent. It's things like that. Like in the moment, I'm not even sure he's cognizant of it. He just does things like that.
We just do stuff, Yeah, it's just
stream.
Aaerios being Aaerios.
It
Real
worries
shit.
me. There's every time for breakfast when we go to PAX, he tries to drown us in orange juice.
Yeah, see,
he always has like
Texas,
a gallon of
we always
orange
fill
juice.
it to the top. I don't know about Colorado, but like you guys, the very bottom. Texas.
Are you talking like when
Very-
you say
we-
top? Like,
Yeah, now
we
To
go
the
to the very
brim,
top.
bro.
Like,
to the brim.
Imagine a
you're
cup like
walking,
that
like,
big too.
you can't
Yeah.
like move without like spilling it.
100%. That's
Like,
Texas.
right, exactly.
Walking, like,
But that's what we do in Texas. Like
they're
we
like
go-
trying to float.
No,
go
go
to the
big or
top.
go home. Go big or
Dude,
go home.
I need some like error room, man. I need
Nah,
room
there's no
for, like,
error room.
error, man.
Yeah. So I was surprised because they were like, that's a lot of OJ. And I'm that's just a typical serving here in
As
Texas.
we
Like,
wake
that-
up,
this
and
is
it's
just
like-
what we do.
Probably like half a gallon cup filled to the brim. And there's like 3 of them for everybody. He's like, all right, drink up. And it's like, well, you can't not drink. You put all this orange juice for us. And so I'm sitting
Honestly-
here like, I'm trying so hard. I'm like, this is so much orange
Like,
juice.
Never had this much
I
OJ.
haven't.
before. Just drowning in it.
Was like was the food portion at least good with it? So a lot of food. So like you had to like drink it and then eat more, or was it just
Well,
a
like,
little?
No, there was
breakfast
nothing
time.
to eat. It was just orange
Oh,
juice.
really? Oh, just
He
orange
didn't give
juice?
us
Oh.
anything. It was just a big thing of orange juice.
You guys ever have orange juice for just breakfast? Well, here you go.
Last you got some burritos. That was good.
Yeah, I got us some
That
breakfast
was better
tacos.
to
I don't know if you
supplement
guys-
with the orange juice.
Yeah. Do you guys really have breakfast tacos in Colorado? Is that a thing that you
Yeah,
guys
corn
have?
cheese, so they kind of do.
I mean,
Ish.
Not really.
Yeah, it's
we used
not
to
really
have
popular.
Twisters.
Yeah, I
we
mean-
used to have like breakfast burritos, but
Yeah, because like those are huge in Texas, like especially San Antonio.
They're
like,
the biggest
I know,
breakfast.
like,
100%.
torch-
potato and egg, like tacos for
Yeah,
breakfast.
bean
I'm not
and
gonna go out of my
cheese,
way to go get a
classic bean and
taco
cheese.
breakfast. Give me
Mm.
like a griddle,
See,
you know?
see, that's the difference. Is here in Texas, everyone goes out of their way to get a taco breakfast, man.
Yeah.
That's Texas, baby.
Yeah, I mean, there's never a bad time to eat a taco.
You see that? You see that cup Aaerios has? That's an average cup in
Yeah.
Texas, baby.
It's also-
This is an
cup.
average cup in
Picture.
Texas.
That's also diabetes.
That's a cup. Come on.
diabetes.
Yeah, no, this is
No,
a
you
cup.
see that?
This
You
is-
see those
this
like
is one
markings up
serving.
there? Each of those markings represents a disease. Okay, so like that one's diabetes.
64 ounces.
Yeah, that one's high sodium.
And that's a
64 ounces,
medium.
wow.
If you want to upgrade, you can get a large.
This is a small. What are you talking about?
Gosh.
So, like, honestly, though, like, is there any other state that has a waffle maker in the shape of the state besides Texas?
Probably not.
Right?
Hawaii,
Why would that?
probably.
What? That'd be the
Why?
weirdest waffle maker ever.
Hawaii? Those are,
Pour a
like,
little here and
tiny-
a little
Possibly
here.
the
a little
worst
here.
candidate.
fucking joke.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to ruin it.
Sorry, bro.
I mean, Texas, like, actually has waffle makers that are in the shape of, like, Texas. Like,
Of
it's
an L
amazing.
on her forehead.
Boo.
Oh, my God.
All right.
Are
So
you okay? I'm worried about you.
what is your favorite game, Aaerios?
Currently or all time?
All time. We can do currently.
You know,
after.
okay. I mean, it's not like, one of those like classics, but I got to go with Red Dead Redemption.
Oh,
That's
Mostly-
not bad. What are you talking about? That's,
That's
a
a-
classic.
Well,
solid
I mean,
choice.
like most people say like the OG
Martian.
like Nintendo games or stuff like that, but I mean, honestly, like that's one of the 2-3 games that I got 100% completion. So like Red Dead was just amazing, like open world, cowboys, like anything like like Western or like medieval, like I love it. Like that's my thing. So I mean, it was just awesome. Like story was great. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I mean, story was awesome.
Yeehaw,
Gameplay
baby,
was
yeehaw.
awesome.
multiplayer was
and
fun.
Multiplayer was
Yeah,
fun.
I used to bear.
Expansion was fun. The
the
zombie
dead-
thing,
the dead one?
Undead Nightmare. Yeah. So I can't
That's
wait
a
for
good
this
choice.
one. I mean,
That's
it's,
not-
We're
it's-
grinding the second one.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
are grinding. Yeehaw!
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
But
Yeah,
that's
it's gonna be
also
awesome. I can't wait.
Arios and I share that passion. That's why we tend to call each other by our real titles, Nobleman. That's just because that's
Nobleman.
what we do.
Yeah, that's right. We love medieval. We love Western. We're simple men.
We're simple,
Simple
men.
men. That's right.
No, but
That
that's
is pretty simple.
that's a good choice. So, what is your favorite game right now then?
Ooh, right now. I don't know if I have a favorite one right now. I'm just enjoying a lot of stuff. I've been playing, of course, Destiny 2. I still play Overwatch. I'm liking the Fortnite BR.
You're all over the place.
Like
My man.
I have so much fun with Fortnite BR. Like it's a little bit more whimsical than PUBG. It's cartoony and the games are so much more faster paced. There's just stuff to do. Like I don't loot for like 45 minutes and then just die. For no reason from some sniper like and across the map. Like it's just fast paced and it's fun. So it's been playing those games and yeah, that's what I play. Pretty cool.
Well, then we can.
well, you guys showed me the Fortnite, and it was actually super fun. And I
Oh,
like
yeah.
that actually a
Oh,
lot
we-
more than-
Fortnite's so
we
much fun,
we
man.
squatted up with that last night.
And we
Oh,
actually
dude,
get
Chris and-
wins. Like, we frag
that
out,
was sick,
especially
bro.
Fruit.
I wish
Fragging
that
out.
As a
was
fragger.
live, bro.
You are
Like,
a fragger.
We need to stream it, man. That'd be sick. Like, just play some Fortnite BRs.
There was one game, which is the one oh the first one that I pulled out. So we go to for those unfamiliar, there's Fortnite Battle Royale. You can get it for free. It's a free download right now, like the Battle Royale part. But there's a place called Loot Lake, which is notoriously not full of much loot, the lake in that part. But Blue and them didn't know that, so Blue and Rob drop at Loot Lake.
Well,
And Aaerios and I go to like the buildings across the lake where we know there'll be stuff. And Rob and Blue last about a whole minute before they're out of the equation.
30 seconds, if that. 30
Shit.
seconds.
Yeah, I missed literally every Magnum shot, and the dude hit me with his like axe
Rob-
just like this. And I kept
Rob-
missing. I was
Rob probably would have lived.
I
but-
freaked out.
I did
man.
not know
I
you
freaked
died to that.
No, but Rob started bandaging himself because he got hurt, and Rob was like, "Oh, come to me, Boo, come to me."
Oh no! I did not say come to me.
Yes, you
just
did.
came to me off the roof and brought the guy to me while I was
jumped off the
bandaging.
roof because me and the guy on the roof were having like a pickaxe battle. So Rob is bandaging because he took some damage. The guy on the
I had
roof
like 2 health.
drops down, kills Rob, and then his buddy kills me. It was great.
Yeah, so
I
they
love Fortnite.
they're dead in like a second. Aaerios is like, "I'll build a bridge to you guys, don't worry." He runs out of materials after like 3 planks. So I'm like, "All right, the storm's coming in, let's leave." So immediately it goes from a squads to a duo for us.
To a duo.
So it's Aaerios and I. And we get going, and it gets down to... When did you die? Because I think Aaerios made it to like 40 left.
There was like
It was like
35.
1v9.
35,
It was like-
40?
Yeah.
Yeah, like 30, 35, somewhere around there. And we had like a huge battle too. I just
Yeah,
got
'cause that-
slayed.
At that point...
Oh, it was the twist. It was the twist, the M. Night Shyamalan twist when the barrier
Yeah.
came out of nowhere, right?
All the loot.
yeah, the
We had all the loot, and then like out of nowhere the storm like came on you.
Yeah,
Like, we
so-
slayed like 2
Yeah, so
like
you couldn't-
squads, and there was
Yeah.
loot everywhere, like purples, gold, blues, everything. And then just the
Yeah, and then you
And then-
barely got out of the storm with all your bandages.
So I had tons of bandages saved up. So I had to leave Aaerios. Aaerios died in that fight. Like, I think by the
It was a
time Aaerios
crazy
died,
fight.
Aaerios and
Oh,
I
it was a
together already
sick
had
fight.
like 14 kills. We were already fragging. So Aaerios falls, but there's like 35 people left. So I barely get out of the purple goo. And then, of course, the circle keeps spawning on the opposite side every single time. So for the most part, it's a running simulator for me, trying to avoid people. And so I avoid. It starts narrowing down by the Wailing Woods or whatever it's called. And I come around, there's a ton of people in gunfights. I'm just literally creeping along. It's like, I'm not going to shoot right now, because as soon as I shoot, they know where I am. I'm going to let them fight amongst themselves. And so I get there, and by the Graybeards, too. Like, there was tons of loot. I had the golden
You had 3
assault
epics.
rifle. Yeah, I guess they're called epics, but like the best assault rifle you can get, the highest rarity, the highest RPG you could get. And then right before the end, I found another loot box with the highest sniper you could get. So I was pretty,
This was
I was
set
pretty,
up.
So
I was
nice,
pretty set.
so
Yeah.
nice.
And I'm waiting it out.
Agree.
There's like 9 people left. Circle's pretty small. I'm like chilling on this hut. I have the height advantage, so I'm just watching and listening. And out of nowhere, it's down to 3 people. And at this point, Blue and Aaerios want to make sure I know for the next like 5 minutes that it's a 1v1v1.
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 Gotta
You
let
got
them know.
it's a
Aaerios like, oh my
1v1v1.
Aaerios goes 1v1v1. Wait, 1v1v1. Oh my god, we
Oh
got
my,
a
it's a,
1v1v1.
oh my,
The
yo,
1v1v1.
it's only a
Keep in mind,
1v1v1.
it's a 1v1v1.
It's
And then
just a 1v1. I'm over here
We'll
like
say like something like
I'm
so
sitting
regarding
here.
it'd be like, oh dude, oh they're over there. 1v1v1.
Yeah, it's a 1v.
So that dude-
Oh my god! And I'm sitting here like he's
building a wall.
I'm trying
Okay,
not
he's
to. I'm
building
like,
a
yeah,
wall.
so I see it. I know it's a 1v1. So
All
it
right,
turns out.
maybe I should go for the supply crate. 1v1v1.
So it turns out you're all
No.
wrong, and it was a 1v2. The other 2 people were in a squad, but it started closing in, and I was like, they got it. I see like somebody coming up, so I'm on the top of the cliff, and at this point, there's 2 people. They're like trying to grenade launch me out of there. So I take my assault rifle. I catch one of them with a pants down, kill him, and then the other guy I pull out the RPG. He's below me, and I just. And it was
beautiful.
so
We
satisfying.
were like, oh, you
It was so
are
satisfying.
You're so hyped.
Ended with like 11, 12 kills. It was hyper. And then there was another game after that where, was it Dork and I left? and I sniped that guy for the last kill.
Aaerios
Oh yeah,
killed Dork.
I killed.
Yeah.
It was
You weren't
friendly
there, Rob.
fire. It was an accident.
Yeah, I went to bed.
Yeah, Aaerios is not allowed to use grenades anymore.
I'm not
Because
a grenade guy. I'm
he
clearly not
knocks
fit to
me
use
down.
grenades.
He knocks Dork down. The only time he does anything is kill us. Like
Okay, so
we're
yeah,
we're
no
down to like
surprise.
7
No
people.
surprise.
Yeah.
Well, we
I'm
do
still-
really
like, I
good.
got a frag out there. I like
We did
70.
really good that whole game, and then I accidentally got split up because they were like, "Okay, let's just go in the forest." And I was like, "Oh, the forest. Yeah, shit, I'm fucked." So I die, and then they get in a gunfight with like 2 squads. They end up coming out of it alive. Dork kills 2 people, but then Aaerios comes in
Grenades.
trying to help. Bless his heart. He grenades
his heart.
Dork.
That was
Bless it.
I felt so terrible. You know, Dork is just such a gentle soul, and I just killed him with a grenade. It was
At that point, the fight was over, and Aaerios kills him with a grenade.
it was just like suppressive fire, and it was a little bit too far
He
left.
was trying to help, you know. He was doing what he
Yeah.
could, but
Yeah.
oh man.
We'll pull another one, but that's so. There's the big debate right now. Which, granted, I mean, still, even in the grand scheme, it's not even really a race. But we now have the PUBG versus the Fortnite, and there's some
yes.
people that feel strongly for, some people that feel strongly against.
It
Personally,
used to be
I mean,
H1Z1.
Well, yeah, there was
versus PUBG,
H1Z1 versus
so it's
PUBG.
changing. The game's changing.
It's like play
Which
whatever's
is-
fun to you, though. It's like you
Yeah.
don't have to be like a competition. Like whatever's fun, you know, just play it.
Well, I was at like saw Fortnite. I was like, kitty, like
Yeah.
stupid, like kid
Oh,
version. And then like Christian was like, look, like come play, like download it, it's free. I was like, all right. So I played it, and I liked it.
I was
a
like,
lot
keep an
more.
open mind, give it a few games. First one might not go so well, but like, give it a few games.
Yeah, well, I liked it a lot more because like you can lose a game and then you just ready up and then you're in a game and then you're already playing. It's not that's like a 10-minute process. Like when
Yeah.
it goes as quickly as possible. PUBG could go as quick as possible, dude. Like I feel is
It would take
It's
you
an
45
investment.
35 minutes, 30
Yeah.
minutes to like for one game, and it's just like I don't know. I don't get enjoyment from looting Pachinki and then running and then all of a sudden.
Little pachinki.
Well, that's why so many people like
And then I'm just-
Fortnite is the simplicity of it. Like PUBG is like, all right, you're going in for the long haul. Like this is gonna
Yeah.
be
Yeah,
could
yeah.
be a 20-minute game, could be a 30, 40-minute game. You don't know. And Fortnite is just like, yeah, like go in and shoot shit.
Yep.
Well, I think the thing that does is it's a smaller map, so like you don't have cars and stuff. But for the most part, there's no time. Like you can run everywhere pretty fast.
Yeah.
So like there's never a need for a car as long as you keep track of the storm, which we never do, and we get stuck in it.
Yeah, we never ever.
Yeah, no,
do.
we're always in a gunfight or something stupid. But a smaller map, which means same amount of people, which means people are going to drop next to each other more often. There's less
Yep.
places to loot. So like the initial fights, there's always a ton going out, and then I don't know. I can't. I'm not as tilted by it. Like I think it's that same reason because there's not as much of a time investment, and for some reason because it's more arcadey. Getting killed isn't as bad because like even if I die at the beginning area, I've probably already killed like 2 people because it's always like just a huge mess. And then if you win that initial fight, you like have the whole town and it's sick and you just loot it all.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Everything's like double time speed when you play Fortnite. It's dope.
Plus the building mechanic, which I thought would be pretty gimmicky, which to be fair, I don't utilize it as much as I should. Like towards the end of the game, a lot of people will build like bases and stuff. And for the most part, I'm like, I'll build stairs to get to something and I'll build a
hide behind a
wall.
tree.
Yeah. I'll build like a wall. I'm not as good at I should get better at base building. But the reason I like it too is just the destruction. So like somebody does have a base or they're like in an initial spot and they're looking at a doorway. Well, you don't have to go through the doorway. You just break it down behind them or like
Yeah.
there's so many different ways to do it and like
Well, and like you said too, like if you're getting shot at, you can like build up a wall real quick and like get your surroundings and then like start fighting them. I like that. It's
It works against you,
definitely
too.
fun.
There's a lot of strategy of the building because even if someone builds up like a wall, it's like I've seen so many times where another team will just build stairs up their wall
Yeah.
and drop in on the people who built their own defense wall. It's like
that happened
that's
to us.
strategy
yeah.
at its finest.
Were you at that one, Rob? We got so
What?
deep. It was like 10 people left. And I think most of us were alive. It was going well. But we started to build a base.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
started like building. Like,
I'm
a
building,
thing,
and
then
Rob's just like, they're in here. And I'm like, what? We'd
Well,
already
all
built
of a
up
sudden I
like
see-
walls and stuff.
You guys are like putting up walls, and I'm just like chilling. And then all of a sudden, I see just a person land in front of me, and I go, what? And then I start shooting at him, and then I look up, and there's another person like getting ready to jump down, and I go, oh, they're in here.
Yeah, this whole squad, we were stacked. There's like 11 people left, and this whole squad out of nowhere, like we're building, we thought we're all alone, and out of nowhere they're in the base, and we're all dead.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
do you guys think that like games that are dying could add in BR like more sort of like Fortnite? Because I mean, it's hot. Right?
I think we're gonna see it a lot.
Like it's like the new girl in school, and everyone
Yeah.
wants to talk to her. You know?
oh, hey girl.
Like, what do you mean?
Oh,
like,
what's up, girl?
So like we're gonna see like Call of Duty Battle Royale,
I
or
think
something
so.
like that,
I think
or like,
for a
Well,
AAA game, we're eventually gonna see
or like
a mode
Destiny.
for it.
Battle
yeah,
Royale.
yeah, right. I mentioned it though, like they don't necessarily have to do it in place of, but like every COD has like a zombies. Maybe next COD, instead of a zombies mode, they have a battle royale mode. I think it's definitely a big possibility, and I'd have to think that some of these AAA, like big titans, FPS titans and stuff, are gonna have to start cashing in, because they gotta realize Fortnite went from like dead game lol, and even in its current form,
It really
to
did.
within 2 weeks getting 5 or 10, I think it was like 10 million players.
And it's
Before
like
that
number
battle
5
royale.
on Twitch like every day.
Yeah,
It was the same deal with Division as well, because
with like 500,000 on at all at once too. But yeah, the Division.
I mean, Division didn't have like the longevity to keep it going, but for like a month there, Division like
That's
was
why
really big
I love
again
survival.
for a little while. Yeah,
Because
I
they
never
had a
gave
night.
Survival a chance because that game sucked.
Well, survival like that.
Survival
Division
was really
was like
fun.
lol.
Is it like
but
Horde mode?
No, so
No,
survival was like a mix of
BR-ish.
BR. So you spawn in,
Hmm.
and which Blue and I have a video actually where we go through it all. It's like one of our first runs.
We kill it.
Yeah, we
the
kill
first
it, actually.
survival game, we kill it.
Yeah.
It was dope.
But you spawn in on the edge. Everyone spawns on the edge of New York, and it's like in the middle of this like super bad blizzard. So like visibility's low, and the thing is you have a sickness, so you have a timer. You have a 2-hour timer to get to the middle and extract with the medicine to stay alive. And while you're going, your virus gets worse and worse, and the time you're able to stay alive is like as the virus gets worse, you have less time to live. So you have to find medicine to like stabilize for like a couple minutes, and on top of that, you have to find clothes because it's so cold out. You either have to find a fire and sit next to it, or you have to get inside a building because like there's just a freezing mechanic. So at the very beginning, you're running like house to house, planning out your routes, trying to find better clothes. Then you're slowly getting weapons together, and then you get as much as you can. You get some medicine, you get some ammo. Then you have to go into the dark zone after you find a filter mask, because the dark zone has like its own toxin thing. So once you get a filter mask, you head into the dark zone, and along the whole way, so you're in there with like 99 other people. I think it's like a 100-man lobby. But then on top of that, there's also PvE enemies in the world that you're fighting, because you're fighting them for loot and stuff as well. Because usually they're like protecting caches and
Because
stuff.
they always like that. Those like
Yeah.
big bullet sponges always drop something.
So when you do that though, like you can go on the map, you can see where people have recently died, and then on top of that, you can go around and like see what if like this AI base has been destroyed or something. Like you can kind of follow people's trails. Then you get to the dark zone where the enemy is just like they just get real hard real fast.
You see a lot of enemies and a lot of people.
Yeah, and so you have to, in the dark zone, they'll tell you somewhere to get the medicine. Then you have to go to an extract zone.
So
And
like,
when you pop
when
the
they tell you to get the
extraction,
medicine, do the other people see where the medicine is too? So you're like heading
So,
to the same direction.
I
to
think
get the
everyone
medicine?
has like their own place to find medicine.
Okay.
But the thing is, there's only 2 extraction zones, I believe, in the entire dark zone. And when you do it, it alerts everyone in the dark zone that someone is extracting, and they have 2 minutes to get there. So everyone knows you're trying to extract, and you only have 2 minutes. And then on top of that, during those 2 minutes, you have what are they? Were they hunters? Was that what they called, Blue?
Yeah, so hunters. So every time you actually extract, it'll spawn a hunter based on like who's in your party. So like if you have one, if you're like in a solo game, it's going to be 1 hunter you have to kill. If there's 4 people in your squad, you got to kill 4 hunters. So in addition to the hunters spawning, you got to also
just like an NPC or something.
it's just like a god tier NPC.
Well,
basically.
it's pretty much a division agent. So
yeah.
it looks like you. It has abilities like you. Like it has like seeking minds and
so
healing
it's like
fields
Dark
and everything.
Link.
Yeah. And,
Dark Link
and they're
yeah.
like a lot harder to kill. They're more powerful. So not only fighting that, but like Blue's about to say, you got to like also look out for people. And there's other spawns and stuff like.
That actually
Yeah,
does sound pretty sick.
So
I
it
probably
was
should've
like
given that a
yeah, it
chance.
was like battle royale / survival hybrid. So it was really cool. But but more and more games are gonna do it just because Epic was so successful with Fortnite, and
Oh,
nobody
yeah.
expected
Well, I mean-
Fortnite to be so successful.
I don't even
It
think
was fun.
Fortnite's the thing. People are immediately just going to look at PUBG. PUBG, so for the longest time, Dota 2 had the longest or the most concurrent players on Steam at all times. They've held it for years and years and years. And I think their concurrent's like 1,200,000, and they're 290,000, something like that, almost 1.3 million. PUBG just passed 2 million concurrent players.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like it's
And
it's not even close. And it's like month to month, that number is increasing like 500,000. It's just,
Yeah,
it's nutty.
That's insane.
I say Fortnite because truthfully,
Guala.
like a lot of other people, the Guala, but a lot of other studios have kind of tried to do something similar to it, but they haven't succeeded. But with Fortnite, it's like the formula really isn't that drastically different from H1Z1 or PUBG, and here they are swimming in the cashola. So it's kind of a big open invitation.
The ironic
They
thing is they're
found,
not
like, a
swimming
good-
in it right now because there's
Well, they
no
found a
way to
good
buy
balance.
anything. So
Well, they're
getting
swimming
people
in the
hooked
exposure.
first. Right.
Yeah.
They're getting people hooked first. So it's only inevitable time until we get like
Skin.
skins because like they put out a dev blog where in the next 4 to 7 weeks they have these huge things. One of them is like cosmetic loadouts, skins, and so I imagine with that comes loot boxes, and then
Customize
that'll
your
be the
character
thing.
too.
But
Right.
it's in people's mouths. Like people are like, "Oh yeah, Fortnite! Like it's so much fun! Like I
Well,
love Fortnite."
what I think what Fortnite did is like give the casual like side of the people who want to play a battle royale game like a place to play.
True.
Because I feel like
More
with PUBG,
streamlined, yeah.
It's very very hardcore and like it's very
Yeah, it's very
Try
sweaty
hard.
in PUBG. for
yeah
sure.
yeah. And then like with battle royale you or Fortnite you get that, but it's very watered down. I would say like with
Not in a
heavy
bad way,
mechanics.
but yeah.
But yeah, exactly. Not in a bad way, but like a
Yeah.
very
It's
refreshing
just
different
it's
way.
just the simplicity is just really
Exactly.
inviting to
Yeah,
people.
like
They're
the
both
colors
good for
are
different
vibrant,
reasons.
you know?
Like
Yeah.
just because they're both different from each other doesn't mean they're
a lot like H1Z1 in that sense, in that a lot of people prefer Fortnite or H1Z1 because of the more streamlined, simple approach to the combat. Whereas PUBG is like loot a bunch of shit, just loot a bunch of shit.
Yep.
Okay, there's a bunch of okay, 4 squad. Oh geez, the circle's
Oh,
closing. Whereas
geez.
Fortnite and H1Z1 is just like, yeah, there's these dope guns, kill everyone.
Which
It's
it's
sick.
odd too though because like I like Fortnite for its arcade, but I never liked H1Z1. So I can't really say what makes a difference, but for some reason I like Fortnite a lot more. Cuz like I like
would say
PUBG more than
Fortnite's
H1Z1,
even-
but
yeah.
now I like Fortnite more than
I would say
PUBG.
Fortnite in many ways is even simpler than H1Z1 in the approach, because especially with the weapons, like there's not like 16 weapons. Okay, I got to get this one or this. It's like, okay, it's dope. I got a badass sniper. Okay, cool. Like this burst rifle's trash. Like whatever. So it's just so I don't know, man. I'm in the camp where the simpler the BR is, the more easy to get into, the more fun it is for me. Because PUBG was fun for a little bit when we all got super hooked on the whole BR thing.
Yeah.
But it faded really fast because it was just so much time of like, okay, the first 15 minutes you're going to be looting, and then here's some combat for 5 minutes.
It gets old after like an hour and a half. You got like 2 kills.
Yeah.
Especially me getting owned and owned and owned and owned and owned. I'm over it, man.
Yeah, whereas in Fortnite, it's like, all right, you spent 5 minutes looting. All right, go to this place. Oh, here's a bunch. You're in a fight with another squad. Okay, you died.
Yep.
All right, let's go play another game.
Last thing about
In-
Fortnite,
in
the initial
such a short amount of
parts,
time.
the initial parts because it's so small too, it's usually whoever first finds a gun. So like
Yeah.
Fortnite, it's even more streamlined. That's why also I guess like I'm not too upset about it because like for Fortnite to me, because I always jump in populated areas, I find it more fun. For Fortnite, for me, I know okay within the first 5 minutes, I know if I'm going deep or if I'm dead. Like I'm either going deep
Yeah,
into this
there's
game,
no in between.
yeah, or like I'm going out, even with a few kills, but like I'm not making it out of my like initial town.
Yeah. But Fortnite, like, I go in, like, wanting to frag. But in
Oh,
Battlegrounds, like, I'm terrified. Like, I am straight up scared.
you
so, like,
just have
I just
so
go
much
find a good-
stuff, yeah.
Like, there could be a sniper, like, 7,000 yards that way,
Yeah.
you know, just that way.
And
And
Shroud
I,
domes you,
and I
you
just
know,
get
like-
shot and die. Like, I'm just horrified. But, I
Yeah.
mean, Fortnite, like, I'm ready to frag out, you know?
Yeah, you get that ghillie
Ready to
suit. You
frag
get that M20 or M14, whatever.
Yeah.
Fruit, especially the supply crate curse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
Well,
like
I'm gonna
oh
be
sick,
so- you
I
have
am
so
so
much anxiety.
and that's it.
So much anxiety, and then you just die. It's like, oh, it's the shittiest feeling.
Yeah. Seriously.
I feel like Fortnite has like this good like shell right now,
It's
and
a
I
good
feel like they can
balance.
really like build off of it. Like
Yeah.
if they put in the skins and like all those kind of different kind of
customize the
cosmetics.
characters and all that stuff.
Once they throw in customization and maybe some skins for your guns
Well,
and your
and,
character,
like,
people will be.
I want to be naked in that.
Never stop.
Well, and I heard like some gun battles, like
If I could be
Christian was
naked,
saying,
that'd be awesome.
are completely
Yeah.
down to like RNG. So they do need to fix a couple of things.
Like the system, because it's a third-person system, like the system they're going for is like Bloom, and I can get used to it, but I think they've talked about it too. Their current iteration is just too much Bloom, because there's times in a gunfight where like doesn't matter what I do, we're both praying, and sometimes it's like
praying,
whoever.
yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's like the thing is like super like
Yeah,
wide.
you can
like,
never,
it's-
because even
You
if
can't
you
influence it,
haven't
really.
fired a shot, you're crouched, you're standing still, like you're doing everything you can, and you line up that crosshair. It won't even go in the middle. Just
There's still like a
Yeah,
huge
there's-
like.
There's
Yeah.
there's no initial bullet accuracy. Like the bloom is it's
So
it's
that's
it's a strict bloom.
That's the one thing right now that I have a problem with the game, but I'm learning to like get used to it. And for the most part, close quarters you have a shotgun, which you don't have to worry about it, and then snipers, which are hard, are reliable in that aspect that
Oh, dude.
wherever you shoot it, it's gonna go. It's just you
I
gotta
used
learn.
I used to hate
fall.
sniping in Fortnite, but the fall off is just
Nutty.
insane on snipers.
Did you guys
No.
hear about like PUBG was like suing Fortnite for like taking over like the battle royale thing or something like
Well,
that?
so
Has anything come from that?
I don't think so.
It's,
mean, they
it's
might
still
fall.
loaded.
Because the
It's
I mean, Hunger Games isn't suing anybody, right?
Yeah.
So
That's what I think the next
Come on,
battle
kid.
royale game is.
So
dude.
they're not-
Someone's gonna make like a Hunger Games PC game and like somehow like have.
I
like,
feel like they already kind of did that with the culling, right?
well,
that
they have
other-
the calling. Didn't Aaerios? You played some game recently where it was like, it was PUBG like, but it was like still early
Islands
alpha.
of Nine?
Yeah, I think that's
Islands
it.
of Nine. Yeah,
Yeah.
it kind of had like a Hunger
Stuff
Games
sounds like
vibe.
playing.
But it'd be cool though, like if everyone spawns and then there's like that central loot thing, sort of like Hunger Games.
Yeah,
where you go and like,
cornucopia.
yeah, and then you like gotta go and like fight over guns, and then you just go on your
Like
way.
if you spawned like right there, like with people like
Yeah.
in a town.
yeah, that'd
So-
be insane. That'd be mayhem.
Yeah.
That's why I just think, because that's so PUBG had its problem for the most part, which I think when they were talking about is they had a problem with the fact that Fortnite directly name dropped them in their advertisement. They're straight up like, yo, it's like PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, whatever. And obviously they didn't ask them about that or anything. So that's a problem. And then their second problem is the fact that the game runs off Epic or the Unreal Engine, which Epic Games obviously makes. So they were worried, or well, first off, they're like, why do they need to make a battle royale? They're already getting our cuts of revenue, which I mean it's true, but they're using their engine, so I don't see how they're at fault. And then additionally, though, they're worried that Epic Games will make tuning to the engine specifically for their battle royale game that they won't release to the public. So then something like PUBG, for instance, wouldn't be able to utilize in that engine that only like Epic Games is keeping to itself. They're just theorizing that. I don't think that's happened at all.
Okay.
But that's also something they're worried about. But as far as like, if they actually complain about it being battle royale, I think that's ridiculous. Because
Yeah.
Well, I
it's
don't
no
think
different
they-
than any genre these days. Like it's
Exactly.
now
Yeah,
a genre.
pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it wasn't even the first to do it, so they can't actually like they don't have any grounds. I don't even
It's like-
think they're actually suing them because of that. I think they're
No,
I think
yeah.
100% they're suing them exactly because of what Fruit went over, and I think I don't know if I'm right or wrong on this, but that they were also worried that the Epic developers could have actually used code from PUBG in Fortnite just because
That's true.
of the engines are the same, so you never know. But
I mean, they don't have any proof on
um,
that stuff. So
yeah. So
That's all
I mean, it's just like
speculation.
accusatory, which is the whole point of lawsuits to find and actually punish people accordingly. But yeah, I mean, you can't really sue someone off of the genre because genre has been around since
Yeah, it's like League
Armor
suing
came
like
out.
Paragon
I
or
mean,
something.
Yeah.
you know? Like
it's a MOBA. You can't.
and especially
just a
this day and
genre.
age,
It's just a genre.
especially
Yeah.
in the next coming years. That's why I think it's definitely going to be the hot kid on the block. It has to be.
you
'Cause,
think at
like-
E3 we get new battle royale games?
I
Like,
think people would be
yeah,
just straight up
probably.
stupid to not
If
invest
not,
in it right
if
now.
not this
I mean,
upcoming
it's-
year, then the
it's
next
hot.
year we're gonna see it, man. We're gonna definitely
'Cause,
see
like,
some integrations.
Fortnite realized it and capitalized on early enough. I mean, it'll come to a point where it probably will become too saturated, but like right now is the time to tap into it. Because like There's a hunger for
only
it.
like 2, right?
Yeah, people are discovering it. I guess the big ones right now, I guess, are PUBG, Fortnite, H1Z1.
Mm-hmm.
I guess
That's
those are the
it.
big ones.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't tell you another
Those are the
battle
big
royale
ones.
game other than those.
Yep.
But that's why it's like there's
Well, I mean, Minecraft has had battle royale too. I mean, but they've
Well,
never
yeah.
like.
Yeah, it's just been
Not
around.
like
an
the-
actual
the
game.
The concept has been around of the genre for a long time, for years and years now. It's just PUBG is the one that managed to like really get people interested on a mainstream level.
so we thought like
without battle royale.
H1Z1 was big, and then PUBG comes out, and it's like nah.
Nah,
This
son,
is big.
nah.
Step
But do you
aside.
think? But okay, but then
Sure.
here's the thing: do you think it's like esports ready? Like, do you think? I think we talked about this earlier. We don't know how it's gonna work.
I just
'Cause I did watch the PUBG Invitational at GamesCon, dude, and it's I don't know.
It's a hit or miss for
hard.
me, because one, there's so many people to follow. I think that's.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
as
hard
the
to
game gets
speculate.
closer down, there's more, like anxiety, and it's easier to follow. But at the beginning, and like the games can go on for so
It's definitely a
long.
meh.
You said something about like a pre-recorded thing, right? Where it would be like,
Well, so
Like,
what
it would,
I
like,
think would be
jump
really
into, like-
interesting, is it wouldn't be live. I mean, anyone could just do a video on this if they wanted to. But you get, like in PUBG, you get 100 people, but you have them all set up on their own recordings, audio recordings, all that stuff. And then you go back and slice it into like this movie where you're able to follow like everyone's storylines, and you're able to see where they are here, what happens. So like every death means something. And
well,
you can
that's what
slice
I
it
like
together.
about. That's one thing I really like about Fortnite. When somebody kills you, like you see that person, and then you can like, if you want to, you can watch them and say somebody kills them, then you're watching that person that just killed them, and then you'll eventually like get to see the
Yeah.
end of the game. I think that's something that's really cool about Fortnite too.
But
Indeed.
as far
I
as
do it often.
esports, yeah, I don't know where it'll go for now. But the thing too about PUBG though is it's getting picked up in China. That's why it's getting so big. Because like I think I was talking to you about it, Rob, or something. All of its peak times are like 6 a.m. our time. So it's all the East. It's Europe
Oh,
and
it's-
China, and it's mainly
Yeah, they don't
China
mess
picking
around
up.
over there.
No,
It's H1 China #1 all over
Well, because
again.
once I
Once
was
China
playing,
picks
I
up a
heard
game?
China #1 all the time.
yeah. When China picks up a game, I mean, there's so many people in China, so that's why
Well, you
PUBG
made
is
that
getting
video
over
on
2
the
million.
game they were playing. Like, what is it called? That the most popular Chinese game you were playing it, right? The shooter game?
The most popular first-person shooter is Crossfire.
Yeah,
And I'd like never really
So-
heard of it, and I jumped on. I was like, "Why is this the most popular?" But
So
straight
like
up
maybe
because
they're
of China,
coming to PUBG now.
it's China's version of CS:GO, and it's been with them so long, and I guess they're just too stubborn. Like, why bother switching? They all play Crossfire at this point, so they play Crossfire. But yeah, China inflates numbers. Like League of Legends. The funny thing too, though, is that PUBG hitting 2 million concurrent is crazy. It's like breaks all Steam records, bro. That doesn't even hold like a candle to League of Legends. Like it's insane how big that game is. It over 100 million unique players like a month and stuff. Like
That's
Wow.
crazy.
they've never put out specific numbers, but you can bet
wish they
there's at
would.
least
You
that
don't-
many
you don't
on
need
it
to.
all time. Yeah, it's insane.
Well, because it's huge in Russia, huge in China, huge in Korea,
huge
Oh, yeah.
everywhere,
NA,
man.
Yeah.
everywhere.
It's the international game.
Well, you have Worlds here in what, an hour?
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. I'm gonna watch TSM. So unfortunately, by the time this video goes up, we're gonna know if they choked or not, and whether I'm
Who
gonna
they
commit
playing?
seppuku or not.
let
They're
us
playing-
know comment section.
They're playing Team WE, which is China's third seed, but
Yeah, I was
considered
gonna
their
say
best
that's
team.
China, right?
Considered their best team, although RNG is looking so strong. They went 5-1 in their groups. They're in first seed. But then we have whatchamacallit, Misfits, which is an EU team who is EU's number 2 team, supposed to be last in the
XD.
group. Of course, TSM drops a game to them. Only game they dropped to is to the
Naturally.
worst team. And then there is also Flash Wolves, who are the LMS's number 1 seed, which I think is like Taiwan or whatever. And they're 0-3. So they blew up. But the problem is TSM, WE, and Misfits are in a 3-way tie at 2-1, all with mingled in with each other. So TSM has to win pretty much against the two top teams to be able to get out. They were expected to be first seed. Last Worlds, we were expected to get out. And it's the NA curse. So what happens is week 1, because group stage. It's the World Championships. I'll spare you a lot of the details. I'll get to it quick. Week 1, it's like a round robin. NA goes 6-3, which I think they've gone for the past 4 years. In week 1, they go 6-3. They look really strong. Like, all right, NA's back, baby. They're like the second best region behind Korea because no one's ever going to catch Korea. But Worlds is about who's the second best because we already know who's the first best. Week 2, last year, NA went 0-10 collectively. Right now, we're 0-4. Our first team botched 4 games. And we might actually go for 0-11 because there's an extra tiebreaker we might be able to lose. So, like, it's become a meme that week 2, NA just doesn't matter. So, like,
why?
It's like it has to be something about like how teams adapt and stuff to certain play styles. But TSM, again, super hyped up in Worlds. North America's best team. Expected to go super deep into the tournament. Like, they talk about it, too, because they win, like, every North American tournament, and all they ever talk about is like we play for international events. They just can't prove it. So like if they don't get out of groups this year, bro, something's gonna change. It's gonna be bad. Well, I'm gonna commit seppuku, and then the team. Oh man, I'm nervous.
You're gonna make some changes. You're gonna buy TSM, and you're making changes.
Listen, I'll be your jungler. Then we'll really lose.
First order. Wild Turtle, get out of here. All right.
God. He's not even on the team. We talked about this. God.
Sorry.
But yeah. So
Samsung White, get in here.
But yeah. So that's what I'm looking forward to. October season is League of Legends World Championship seasons for me. So.
PogChamp.
It's nice because Thursday, Friday, Saturday, beginning of Sunday, I have stuff to watch, and then Sunday afternoon football. Football.
There you have it.
Football.
It's perfect.
Good old football.
Speaking of which, Aaerios, what is your favorite sport and why is it football?
Oh, my favorite sport? Probably...
Don't say basketball.
Aquatic croquet would probably
Hell
be.
yeah.
That's what I was looking for.
Because it takes skill.
I knew you were
talent.
cultured.
You know, so probably aquatic croquet. Why? It's just aquatic croquet. Like
Why
it's
not? Why not?
It's only like it's a sport for the elite of the elite. But if I had to, choose a second best, I'd probably choose basketball.
Hell yeah, baby!
I like-
Basketball.
I like some hoop in my life from time.
Spurs boys.
Yep. So, yeah. What about you guys?
You already know. You don't even need to ask him.
Okay, basketball.
Well,
Yeah, I
blue
figured.
nose.
Yeah,
Rob.
basketball. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like to watch?
Sure.
I don't know, man. Like if I'm talking the best, I love watching a good soccer match, bro. Like a good Champions League game.
You used to play soccer too, so it's
Oh yeah.
you were legit.
Or World Cup. I was okay.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch
USA.
America. Oh,
God.
Oh,
like
it feels bad.
2037 maybe.
did you
You
know
do not want me.
Fox?
You do not want me to go
Fox
on that
bought
rant.
the streaming rights for the next World Cup for $400 million
Yeah.
Oh
because
my
they know
God.
when America plays, everybody watches. Well, guess what?
We couldn't tie.
They paid $400 million for nothing. The executives there are like, oh my god.
I still bet they come out on top though, like with the money they're gonna make. I think so,
Maybe.
dude.
I mean,
The World Cup
that's a lot of money.
bro.
It's a lot of money.
Trinidad and Tobago. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
It sounds
You don't
like
want me to go into that rant. You
But-
do not want me to go.
Well, see, that's my same mentality though with like TSM and Worlds. Like I get disappointed, and like it's always like trying to avoid the best so you can go as far as you can. But for me, it's like if you can't beat these people, you don't deserve to go farther. So in
Well,
the case of
exactly.
like US,
It's like
if you can't beat Trinidad, like
Yeah.
that's your fault. Like you deserve
exactly.
it. You're
Sounds
out.
like a brand of like cinnamon
Well,
sticks.
and
Yeah.
but what's the worst thing about this though? It's like normally if like your team doesn't make, you're like, all right, whatever. There's always next year, bro.
No, it's 4 years.
We need 4 years.
Yeah.
Like, dude, this
Yeah.
puts U.S. soccer back like 10 years. It's actually really sad. It makes me sad. My
you
dad
should
called
play
me.
for
My
him,
dad's a big soccer fan. So we're Colombian and American. He's born in Colombia. Calls me. Colombia makes. I'm all hyped. He calls me the next day. And he goes, Rob, Colombia or USA they didn't make it. And I go, Dad, it's okay. Like everything's gonna be fine. He
It's
goes,
like you're losing like a kid. Like
I'm not
they-
kidding, but it was
USA
like
didn't
that.
make
He's like, I don't know what I'm like. He's like, it's been making me sad all day. I can't stop thinking about it. And I was like, Dad, it's gonna be okay. He's like, I just can't stop thinking about it, Robert. It ruins my day. He's like, I'm just gonna have to go to California or something to get my mind off of it. I was like, okay. And he's like, yeah, At least Colombia made it. And I felt like so bad. I was like,
man.
Thanks, USA, for making my dad sad.
Man.
Feels
He was
really
all
bad.
No, that's how I felt. Again, I'm probably most invested, honestly, in League. When I watched TSM at Worlds last year, they needed to win one game on week 2. They went 0-4, even in the tiebreaker. They even got a tiebreaker and just had to win one game. And went 0-4. And
Wow.
Claire was watching it with me and stuff. She's like, it's all right. And I was just like, you need to leave. Like I love you, babe, but like right
Well,
now.
that
She's
was
like,
the
it's just a
year.
game. And I'm like, you need to just leave me alone.
No,
that
it's
was like-
more than that.
Yeah, like
That was like
I'm,
Sydney watching the
everything.
Patriots game with me during the Super Bowl. Like,
yeah,
it was
like
28-3. I'm just like,
I can't explain it. And it's like at that moment, I know it's just a game, but I'm like, you're in like such a mix of like pissed and sad and like at that point you're just like everything in life, everything in the world is wrong.
Yeah,
like I hate
like, whatever
everything.
happened.
I rooted for you.
Yeah,
I
like-
trusted you.
My life for like a couple days, yeah, I was so bummed out. She's like, I can't believe you're so angry, and I was like, you don't understand.
Because TSM was
Like, I'm
like,
not
oh
even
yeah,
angry
this is
at
the
this
year we
point.
do it. This
Yeah.
is the year
They
we
look
win
the
Worlds.
strongest, and they look strong. They come in, they got super hyped up,
Then
and
they get dumpstered.
we've managed to. The whole point was to manage expectations this year, and we know what's coming. So like honestly, at this point, it won't surprise me.
How
Still be disappointed.
will you if you don't get out of group stage? Like, will you
Man.
breathe? Like,
Because literally the thing too is they got the dream group this time. So like last year they got the death group, like the group of death. They always do. So it's like, okay, well, I mean, the person in their group was the second team in Worlds, and then they faced RNG, who's strong. So it's like,
SKT, right? Did
no,
they play
SK2 is in a different group. But it's like, all right, so they had a really hard group. It makes sense. This year, they get the only group without a Korean. And it's like, all right, this is their year. So if they can get number 1 in their seed, they're going to avoid, well, there's one.
SKT.
They're pretty much going to avoid, every Korean, because the first seeds are pretty much always Koreans. So they're going to avoid all the second seeds. So it's like, this is, they can at least get semifinals, bro. Like, all they have to do is not choke. And you know what's happening? It's not even a talk of like, hey, let's get first
You know
anymore.
what's happening.
It's like, please get second. I don't care anymore.
Please, for
Just
love
get
of God,
out.
Don't choke.
Just get into
Just
the
get
playoffs.
out of the group.
Please.
Is there a game that Korea doesn't dominate? Maybe
No.
like CS:GO or
Dota, actually.
Checkers.
Dota, really?
That's
Dota.
because no
Yeah,
one in
that's
South
EU.
Korea plays Dota.
That's EU, right?
It's
Well, and
EU and
Hearthstone.
China.
Hearthstone, the Koreans don't dominate.
Oh,
either.
yeah.
Oh,
But,
really?
I mean, you can't really.
Well, yeah, no.
absolutely dominate Hearthstone.
There's a certain point to where you win because like most of the pro players are on the same level.
Yeah.
It's just it gets to a point where it's who's the luckiest.
If
this
you play
tournament.
Barnes turn 3, who gets the better like thing out of Barnes
Or if
turn
you have
4?
Pavel book, so, like there's only so much
Yeah.
you can do.
Yeah.
But no, Dota is dominated by EU and China, and I think that's
CS:GO,
mainly
right?
because no one
Yeah,
plays
CS:GO
Korea.
didn't really
Yeah,
dominate.
CS:GO's
Well, it's
not
also
really-
because Korea doesn't bother with it either.
Yeah, most shooters
Are more
Korea
Western.
doesn't
Overwatch,
really.
they dominate.
I mean, they're great at
Yeah,
Overwatch.
that's
though.
ironic, yeah.
Yeah, well, Overwatch is a lot different. Just kind of like, it's just a different like that's
If the
more
Koreans set
ability
their
than
mind to a
shooter.
game, like as a culture, you're over. It's over.
Yeah, it's
Give up.
yeah. GG's.
Which is
Did
so.
they
it's-
dominate the trading card game, Pokemon?
no, Japan did.
Just pick that, oh, okay.
Oh, that makes
That's,
sense.
sense.
that's the source of all trading cards right there.
I used to have a role model. Back when I played him, he was a Japanese player called Sugiyushi Yamato. Saw him at Worlds once. I was like, "Senpai!" I didn't
Nice
go up to
dad.
him. I was too nervous. But he was all my role model.
That's cool. You still remember his name. What is it?
Yeah, Sugiyushi Yamato. I think he still plays too. He still
They
plays
got
his
cool
role.
names, man. Those
I
are
know.
cool
That's a
names.
cool name.
We have names like Robert.
Yeah.
And first place,
Ron.
Sugiyushi Yamato. In second
Yeah.
place, Christian Miller.
Yeah. Come on, Mom. Why can't you name me
Lost.
Shugiyushi?
Lost to a cheater.
Sugiyushi.
Don't. It's a can of worms I don't want to open, man. It's a can of worms I don't want to open. I got cheated. Whatever. Cheated out of it. That's not the point.
It's the life we live.
But yeah, the Koreans are crazy.
We get to Aaerios
It's a life,
questions.
Yeah, we can get to them. Versus the
Oh.
stream wants to know. Oh, well, some people talked about like you shouldn't do the Q&A section. Like just talk more. Well, it's nice one to get you interacted, and I think there's always some good questions. So we're gonna do Q&A sessions.
Okay.
They never last that long, but
Fire away. Fire away.
versus the stream wants to know how many years young is your grandma, and who would be her favorite Overwatch character? In regards to my grandma, which is obviously Aaerios.
Yes.
The family tree gets
Everyone's
complicated.
grandma.
I'm 86, and I love to dabble with Anna
Wow, she
because
frags out.
she's old. Yeah, because she's old. She makes great cookies, and she's just old. You know, I love old people. How can you not love people?
Yeah,
You know?
Throb.
All right. This is a question for the whole. This is a question for the whole panel. What are your favorite new Overwatch
Robbie,
skins
why
from
you
the
so salty?
from the newest update? Thanks, guys.
Did you do that on purpose? That was jeez.
I don't know.
good.
I got to go with Anna because she's a pirate. Yeah.
Yeah, hard.
That one's sick, and like her weapon like has a bayonet.
Yeah, it is. Sweet.
Also, McCree's cool, but Symmetra.
Symmetra for
Yeah, the
me.
Sim skin. I wish that was
Symmetra
a
is
Widow
so
skin.
sick.
so I'd
Dude,
use
it looks like a
Dude.
Widow skin.
I thought it
Yeah.
was. Yeah, at first I
it's
thought it was
beautiful.
Widow.
Everyone thinks it was.
It's just beautiful, you know.
I'm really
Right.
upset they didn't do one for Doomfist. I really wanted to see a Doomfist skin.
Yeah, I mean
Well,
he's
I
pretty
mean,
new though. So maybe
For the
like
most
next
part,
time.
Doomfist, Ana, and even in some regards, Sombra still don't really have many
Oh,
skins.
Sombra has two like
She got
events.
that-
I'm pretty sure.
Winter skin. Well,
Yeah,
no.
and
She
then
did just get
she
the
got-
Olympics.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
got the
that's
summer
true.
one.
So
Yeah, yeah.
Arisa and Doomfist though, they still don't really. They got nothing.
Arisa, she's thick.
Girl be thick.
I love her, dude. She's a
Man,
fun
you
character.
and
to
you and
play.
Dork have similar interests when it comes to Arisa.
I mean, she's a horse lady, you know. She has 4 legs. You know, I just want to stick my head between those thighs and just live in there forever.
She's a
you know?
robot.
Oh, do you
right?
think at BlizzCon we get
Yes,
a new
but that's
character?
okay. We can work with it.
New character at BlizzCon.
It's got to be a support. It's got to be a support.
I feel like they got to do something. Maybe tease it. Maybe it won't go live.
I think it's a tank. It's gonna be a tank.
but
No.
I feel like
I hope it's a
Right, but I
support,
mean, like
personally.
Mercy is like a must play right now, and that's not good. Like she's
Dude,
in
her Valkyrie thing is insane. Like
so like they got to
hate
add like a new
it.
support to try
Well,
to sway people away.
have
from,
we
like, this
gotten a
Mercy.
new defensive character?
Yeah, but it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's kind of hybrid.
No,
still,
that's a
you know?
tank. We've gotten Doomfist who's offense, Sombra who's
Yeah,
offense,
Arisa's-
Ana who's
Arisa's-
support, Arisa who's tank. Have we gotten a
Yeah.
defense character though?
I
No,
don't think
I don't
no,
think
but
so.
they're kind
So
of
I would-
hybrid though. You know, like I mean, like Hanzo's pretty much like
Yeah,
attack,
defense-
or, you know, Widow.
I'm sure.
I
I'm
just
sure
think
they know
whoever it
that
is
we haven't
will-
gotten.
maybe
Will
it's kinda like
probably
an
fall
off-tank
into
sort
the
of.
defense.
I'm sure we have. I'm sure they know that we haven't gotten a tank class or a defense class.
They're listening to this podcast and they're like, wait, oh my god, we haven't added a
haven't.
defense
we
character.
have it. They're right.
Oh my god.
Sound the
You gotta
alarm.
Pause that
Somebody
character. We
get
need. Everybody just freak out. Shit. Hit the Jeff button.
I mean, yeah, defense is the only one they haven't done, so I don't see why it wouldn't be a defense. But at the same time, I mean,
I
I've
feel like
lived my
it'd be
life through
defense or
Paragon
support.
and
Well, all right. So there's only 2 main healers, Ana, Mercy. So I mean, it's kind
Well,
of
who's-
thin pickings.
Oh wait, what
I
about
mean-
the Zen skin? We're totally forgetting about the
Oh,
Zen
yeah,
skin.
Zen was
That's my
sick.
favorite.
Well, I was gonna
Like
say,
the
yeah,
tentacles?
that's my favorite. A dragon is more favorite. If it wasn't Symmetra, maybe I'd put it up higher. But the Cthulhu Zenyatta,
Yeah, it's sick.
it's so good.
it's lit, man.
I wouldn't mind a dragon skin for everyone. Just give everyone the dragon
Just
skin.
everybody gets
Yeah.
Because that's how like League does it. They usually have like skin sets. So they'll have like Dragon Slayer, and then there's like 6 champs that have that skin. So I wouldn't mind, because they could also do that in between events. Just have little seasonal events where it's like a skin line for a few people, you know, like 4 or 5 get the same thematic skin, like just like they did with the infiltration or whatever that was, that update, that PVE mode. Where they were all like
Okay.
their old
Oh.
Overwatch skins. There's all like blue
Uprising?
and gray. Yeah,
Uprising.
Uprising. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how that skin line for the most part, because it was like their older thing, but like it was all thematic, you know.
Overwatch League though is coming, so apparently they're gonna have skins like for teams, like team specific skins,
That'd
which
be
is kind of
cool.
cool.
Well,
yeah,
that
that'd
would
be
be
pretty
really
cool.
I think they mentioned that it'll be in like a team. Well, I imagine it'll be. This would be the smart thing to do, I assume. You can only buy it, I believe, because then proceeds will be split between Blizzard and the teams.
Yeah,
But
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I think instead what you do is you do a team loot box. So you buy a team loot box. It'll come with a skin, like a player icon, a spray, and I mean I guess that's all you could, or a different
That'd be
spray.
cool.
And then
That'd be
every
awesome.
team has one loot box where you get those things, and you can rep whatever you want.
That would
Yeah.
be cool.
Sweet.
But what do I know? You know.
Yeah.
By the way,
Well,
I hate
not a check, make it
microtransactions, but whatever, man. Life was so much simpler without them.
Right.
You remember when you just bought a game, and that was it?
And that was it. Yeah.
You just
That was
bought
it.
Not anymore. You buy half a game and then you buy the half later.
Like,
Like
I've been-
games really cost like $120 now. You know, like we think they cost 60, but really like the add-ons. You know,
The amount of money I put in Overwatch now. Yeah. Like since I got that iPad,
League.
I've been playing more mobile games. And
Hearth?
well, yeah, Hearth, but like even back when I used to play on my iTouch or whatever that was, like 2011 or whatever, it was like you had two options for a game. It was like you buy the free game or you buy the premium with all the stuff, no ads and all the items for like $1. And now it's you get a free mobile game and there are ads everywhere, bro. Like by the time this is going up, I actually recorded my first mobile game for the fun of it. It wasn't a sponsor bid or anything. But like that game, I bought the thing to put no ads in, which is $3. And that's because it's like a bow and arrow game, whatever. It's like a versus opponent. You finish the game, ad. And then there's a chest. And you can only open the chest if you watch an ad. And then after you watch that, another like just ad pops up you have to exit out of. And then every match.
Bought it. You bought it, so like you didn't have to see these ads anymore, right?
Well,
that used to be like
no. So here's the thing. Those $3 no ads are just the ones that start at the very end of a match. I still have to watch an ad if I want to open a loot box.
Jeez.
Like the different and then I'm not even touching most of the content. There's so much more you have to buy. Like I wish someone would be like, okay, you can get this for free and watch ads, or just like say like buy it for $2 and you get all the stuff and you don't have to worry about it. Like that's. But like now it's like if I wanted to get through all that stuff, it's like we're talking maybe 100, maybe even more if you want like all the characters, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's insane. And people do it because it's so much more lucrative. Like Fortnite is doing it right currently. One, it's free to play, so they're getting more attention. But I think it would be a big mistake if they ever go not free to play. Because one, you're gonna like they're gonna be like, why would I bother buying this now? I think that's a mistake. So they have to do the in-game microtransactions. And I think that's why I like League. I still think League does microtransactions right. Purely because I don't know why it's a hard prospect either. Just make everything cosmetic. It doesn't have to affect the game. The game's free, so it reaches the most amount of people as possible. And then they make all their money from the whales. In this case, I'm a whale. Where
I was gonna say I too am a whale.
Like, well, I guess comparatively I'm not, because there are some people who've spent like tens of thousands. But that's where they look to make all their money. Nowadays, why charge for a mobile game that's $1 and get 10,000 sales, let's say, when you can go free to play, but then you have all these purchasable in-game items, and let's say you only have like 10 whales, but these whales put thousands in each, and then it's like the game is literally starting to, like, I remember Clash of Clans was built around, like, you got to a point where you just couldn't proceed unless you put more money in. So it's just whales who were at the top because they could just buy it. It's so much money.
It was bad. Sounds like Hearthstone.
Yeah, Hearthstone's guilty of it too. You can't really be competitive, especially the more expansions come out too. Like, that's why they're gonna have a hard time, and I think that's what they noticed too. Is like, the more cards they put out, the less likely new people are to get in because it's too daunting.
Yeah. Like I want to play bad. Like I started a little bit, but I mean they're just expansions. It's so expensive. Like I'm not even gonna bother. Like it's.
Because like even if you do like say you do buy like the Karazhan expansion Aaerios for $20, it's that expansion will be out in about a year, so you can't use those cards anymore.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I mean, I just don't even bother because I'm just so far behind.
I remember you like Rob battle me, and I was like, oh shit, Aaerios plays Hearthstone, so I picked like my Zoth Mage, and he plays like Murloc Tide Runner turn 1.
And I just have like vanilla cards.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
And then I was like, I hope he just doesn't have vanilla cards. And then it plays 1 mana, 4 mana, like the 2 mana mage card. It's ridiculous.
I played hard. It just wasn't enough.
See, that's why I don't want to get into Hearthstone, because I love card games. Like,
you will love this.
And if I go into Hearthstone, I know that's how every card game is.
Addicting.
That's the premise. Every card game is
just build one fun deck. Build like Big Priest. But once you build like Big Priest, you'll have fun.
Well, I mean that's the problem. Deck. The problem with Hearthstone is that that's just the problem of every card game. Every card game has a barrier to entry because it's a card game. You have to buy cards to compete.
Yeah, I mean it was the same thing when I played the Pokemon card game.
It's expensive.
It was just physical.
Expensive love.
Yeah, it's just physical.
Well, the difference is I was able to start to fund my own habit by winning. Yeah. When I started winning enough, I didn't have to pay for cards because some of the prizes would be like a box of cards. So I just started sustaining.
Yeah.
But I can't do that in Hearthstone. And also
you won a tournament last year at PAX, didn't you? Pokemon?
Oh yeah.
You did.
PAX South. There was that like a pre-release tournament, and I won the whole thing. I went 4-0, Mom.
Atta baby.
Wow.
Still got it.
Still got it. Still in your prime.
Yeah, well, don't mean to brag.
Is that the St. Jude shirt you're wearing?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Are you gonna prep questions now or what?
Oh, right. Well, see, that's what we just get so off topic. Okay. Well, we already talked about how you met, or we
Yep.
met.
It was glorious and beautiful.
At Eber Inagra wants to know what hardships and trials must one endure to become a true nobleman.
Ah, yes. A lot of great
here we go.
training. Yeah, it's a long process, a lot of meditation.
You guys just egg him on.
being noble is more than, just being kind. It's being noble. Yeah, it's like it's more than just a word, it's a lifestyle, it's more than just wearing chainmail. This doesn't make you noble. It doesn't make you a nobleman. It simply just makes you an idiot wearing chainmail. So I mean, really, it's just a mindset. It's a lifestyle. And now, it's just something you pick up over time. One does not simply become noble without finding it along the way, as they say, as the saying goes.
Cryptic.
Okay, so
I don't think anyone says that.
to sum it up, no one knows.
You don't.
Yeah,
don't.
no one knows. No one knows. It just happens.
If you have to ask, then you're not a nobleman.
Yeah,
Exactly.
If you have to ask, it's to it.
Exactly. Then maybe you're not fit for the lifestyle.
At Creepy Rainbow wants to know what will be your revenge to those always insulting your skills during recordings, even though you're MLG.
Yes.
There's a certain someone among us that also you have the most you butt the heads most with.
Oh,
that would be
I
wrong.
just don't let Aaerios pretend he doesn't know what he's doing. All right, he knows what he like when he drove that car into Christian in PUBG.
Okay.
He goes, I didn't know cars did.
He was hidden behind a tree. I
here's
was
the
looking
thing.
at the shrubbery. I was taking the scenic route. I didn't see him there.
When Aaerios pulls stuff like that, it's just like, oh, Aaerios.
That was a classic Aaerios shriek. Like there's different levels of Aaerios. Like there's like the Aaerios, which is like I'm super pissed. Like what are you doing? And then there's like the Aaerios, like dude,
Come
like
on.
we love you, but just like come on.
That was the.
And
That was
then there's
honestly
like the. And then there's like
Go
the,
on.
it's like Aaerios, which is like the sheer rage. I want to kill you. You're a complete moron.
I've never heard fruit that angry in my life, honestly.
Oh yeah, that
I
PUBG
haven't
moment.
either.
That was
Because
I
we've
was
spent-
scared.
We
I
spent
was
so much
scared.
time trying to get that PUBG footage.
yeah. That
For
one match alone was
video.
like a culmination
We had to
of
get
like an
100
hour and a half of
We s-
waiting.
Something like that.
And I was like, one game can be a video. We just got to make it far,
You guys
and or
guys,
I just have to
please.
make it far, like because obviously I'm the cameraman, and as soon as things start like all the recording before is like looting, I did what best I could to take it, and then as soon as stuff starts happening out of nowhere, just
We had probably spent
God.
probably
That
a total
was-
of like 4 hours to get like a 30-minute
yeah.
video out of it.
Yeah, something.
Because it,
I mean, that was the most mad I've ever seen you, and that was like
He was angry. Like
Yeah.
that was genuine
And,
anger.
like that was the scary like Aaerios. Like it was like demonic. I was like Aaerios.
it's just it was like
Oh,
10
shit.
at
Like,
night. We already take so many hours. I was just tired. I can never be. I can never actually be like
diabolical.
mad at you, but at that
Yeah.
moment,
It
it
was
was just
so
like I needed a few minutes. I was like, oh god.
The
Just
best
like
part-
there was so much fire, so many explosions. Just,
The best part was Dad was like a deer in the headlight. He was like, "Guys, they're
Yeah.
oh."
He's like,
jeez,
oh god.
Oh yeah, he was in the car with me. Right?
Yeah.
He
Oh,
was, and he just
boy.
watched it happen in slow motion.
Just
He's like,
that.
oh, God.
Everyone was
He's
dead.
like, "What do I do?"
For those that don't know what we're talking about, I think it's our second PUBG Zombies video. You can go look it
I
up,
think so, yeah.
and we'll just you can watch it and figure it out yourself. But yeah, that was
It's
probably
the
the most
highlight of the
upset I've
video.
ever been at Aaerios.
the most mad fruit's ever been, no
Oh,
doubt.
no.
I've never heard him that mad in my
No doubt.
life.
It takes a lot for me to get there.
Yeah,
It doesn't
but
happen
blowing him up might
Yeah.
do it. Might do it.
after hours. And I'm
After
just so
4
tired. And, like,
hours.
I just want this
It
to be
was-
over with. Well, no, I think I think after that,
Spam
I think we just
days,
stopped that night. I was like, we're just gonna have to record more later.
Yeah. It took,
Yeah, I think we did
in
record more
hindsight,
later.
it took us like 3 days to get
Yeah.
that one video
I felt
across
so
obviously
bad.
hours. But
I felt so bad.
That's why I
it
stopped
was-
doing the zombie videos. They take so long to set up.
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
No, you're not.
Stop it.
no, you
you're
make
not.
great. You're an idiot, but you make great content.
Yeah,
so in
you
that
make great
case, you're not an
content.
idiot.
Well, the
There
thing
we
too,
go. For
like
the
I wanted to
content.
bring it up is like people are like insulting your skills. Honestly,
yeah.
I'll admit, like when Aaerios first got on PC, he was actually, it was pretty rough. But like,
It
right
was-
now,
it was
Aaerios frags.
very-
Like if Aaerios was in the mood,
Yeah,
Aaerios can frag. He can hold
yeah.
it.
You got good with Tracer.
Yeah, he
You
went.
really
He went from.
Overwatch.
I think you were
Yeah.
bronze
Well,
at one
Masters,
point, right?
Yeah, I made it to Masters in Overwatch, playing pretty much as Flex.
He went bronze to Masters. Like
Yeah,
The dream.
it was Bronze Life, and then I decided, you know what, I want to be Korean at Overwatch. I
Okay,
want to
you're
start
still,
becoming
like,
Korean.
1500 SR away from that. But
Oh yeah. I am. You know, it's really just a journey, but sometimes the journey is more fun than
It
the
was the
destination. You know,
grind.
that's what you make. That's how you become a noble.
I remember when,
exactly.
Noble.
That's how I become noble. It's the destination. You know, it's the journey. It's the
'cause I
journey.
remember smurfing with Aaerios to
Oh,
help
yeah.
him out of bronze because look down there. It doesn't matter how good you are.
I bet how
right.
fun
Like
that.
You
does
are
bronze even
stuck.
exist? Like bronze is like the shadow realm. Like,
Yeah.
is it really a thing?
So-
You
Well, I tried to
like,
make
it's
a-
It
scary.
does. Aaerios ends up after a couple hours like right off of gold, and literally
Yeah.
the next day I'm like, Aaerios, what's your SR? He's like, oh dude, like I'm almost at plat. I'm like, wow, you know what? Aaerios
Yeah.
is a fragger.
he's
I didn't
fragging.
know back then, but you
Fragging.
know what?
It,
When
I
Aaerios
mean,
puts his mind to it, he's a legend.
when
He's
you're in
Korean.
that bronze mud pit, man, like it's tough. It's tough.
You start believing you're
Yeah.
actually a bronze.
Everyone
you know?
out
like
there
it's-
clawing, you know.
Yeah, like it's gold, silver, bronze, and then like charcoal. You know, just something evil. Just evil, and you don't want to go to charcoal rank. It's bad. It's scary.
Oh, this is actually a good point. At Chaos Shaper wants to know why the double A in Aaerios, even though it's silent.
You know that's a good question. Like when it comes to my name, when I first made
Yeah,
it,
how
like
did
I
you
was
get
just
your
trying
name? I
to think
didn't
of
even ask.
Yeah, like it's like I was trying to think of something like different, you know, because like back in the day, like it was. I think I made it when I was on the Xbox 360, and like back then, everyone was like XX sniper scopes XX. Elite,
I love
you know?
I love MLG.
That
Yeah,
was
and
Rob.
I love
so.
MLG.
Scope,
bro.
sniper. So I'm like,
Watch out.
I don't want to be that guy. So I tried to think of like something unique, and then I was like looking up like Greek like god names, you know. So I saw like the air part, and it just sort of just flowed, you know, just sort of like the natural progression. It just sort of flowed into Aaerios. So I don't really know how I came up with it. It's just something that I wanted to be unique. So the double A, I don't know. Maybe I wanted to be like top on the friends or something. So like there he is, you know. Nah, but it's just random, just completely random.
All right. Well, from now on, you shall be dubbed Aaerios.
All right.
Aaerios.
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 Aaron.
Aaerios.
Aaerios.
That's a little hard to pronounce
Is the
when you're
D nice?
screaming.
Yeah,
but-
it doesn't quite roll off the tongue. But...
Aaerios.
Hey, Aaerios!
Oh my.
Ugh. Good. That was a funny moment.
Classic.
I guess we can round it out by talking about the Szechuan sauce.
Oh baby, Rob,
That,
show the class
fiasco.
your project.
Lost in
Oh,
the
yeah.
sauce, baby.
Lost in the sauce.
I got two
You did it,
packets.
boys.
One packet
You
is
did
not
it.
mine though. This is packet 208 and packet 172. So
Yeah.
Wow.
Rob has two
Look at that, dude. That's
Szechuan
exclusive.
sauces.
yeah, I
That's
waited in
rare.
line for him for about.
Mind you, he paid for a spot in line to.
I
put this
did. I paid $40
for
spot
one.
in line.
You-
Yeah.
Didn't you pay 80 total?
Yeah, something like that. But one of them was for a gift for my cousin. So one of these is my cousin's, and then the other one I'm just probably gonna sell it. I don't know.
I was hoping you didn't like give up a kidney to get a spot in line or
No,
something.
no. I get no. But like right before I was going in, this guy was like, "I'll offer $280 for somebody's spot," and the two dudes behind me sold their two spots for $280.
I would want.
Wow.
All right, bro. Opportunity
I almost
cost. I was
did.
waiting
I
like
like
3
sauce,
hours.
but not that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And like they only had 17 packets, bro. And let me see if I still have like I took like a picture of it, and dude, the line like wrapped around here. I have like a Twitch stream of it.
Well, yeah, you'd mentioned it. I was like, oh, maybe I'll stop by McDonald's, get the sauce for today. I didn't realize they were doing that. And then I saw you like waiting in line, buying
that was a
spots,
big
and I was
deal.
like, oh, all right, well.
Yeah, let me see if I can like
A lot of
pull
Rick
up
and
a
Morty
clip and, like
fans.
show you guys how like long the line was actually.
Well, it doesn't really help Rick and Morty. I'll say that much.
Okay, so
Yeah, there's
there's
some bad
me,
fans
like,
in every
that's
fandom.
me in line. So let me see if I can like when I'm going through the.
All right,
line.
we saw
Okay,
a
yeah,
picture of a parking lot.
Okay, here's me going through the line. This is like right at the beginning.
All right,
Oh,
I'll
look at
walk you
that.
through this. There's cars, there's people.
Oh, there we go. I
He
can see some
begins
people.
walking. There's
There's
a
a
lot
guy
of
with a
people
A lot of
negative.
people. A lot of
lining
people.
against the wall. Some are sitting, some are standing, some are waving.
Like, how
No,
many
I'm not
people-
sure what that is.
Whoa, okay, that was the bird.
There's a lot of people, and it's through the parking
Dude,
lot.
this is about 2 hours before it starts. Yeah, this is the line. This is about
Keeps going.
2 or 3 hours before.
Some cosplays.
Yeah, some cosplayers. So this is about 2 hours before we had gone in.
Jeez.
So let me see if I show you at the end what it looked like.
And
Most people,
what after 17? Did anyone get anything? What happened?
Yeah, they had 20 more posters. They had like 20 posters and then like 10 stickers. So like unless you were
Wow.
like first 50, you didn't get anything. And
So-
dude, I'm not kidding.
Wow.
So like Elizabeth, right, Christian? So like,
Yeah.
it's like going down Elizabeth all the way down to like where like Panhandler's Pizza is, and like
Jeez.
yeah, to where like that CSL like plasma like. thing
Oh
is.
yeah, yeah.
All the way down there, near like across the street from Sonic,
Jesus.
bro. Yeah, there are at least 200, 250 people in that line.
Not worth.
All for this, baby.
They really like sauce.
Blue,
That
did
must
you
be
try
some
and get any of
really
it?
good sauce.
This actually was right before I actually really started getting Rick and Morty.
Yeah,
I
Blue
don't
has
even
been
think you've seen the
converted.
Szechuan episode.
Yeah, I wasn't. Well, I wouldn't have gone anyway, but
Did they have any in Texas? I don't know. There was only like a few. From
But-
what I heard, there was only 40 in Colorado.
yeah, it was funny because literally right after the whole Szechuan sauce thing, because Rob had already told me like, "Oh, dude, you guys got to watch Rick and Morty. Like the show was awesome." And I was like,
Dude, I've been
"Ah."
fighting for Rick and Morty for you guys, and
I started watching. I was like, "Holy shit, this show is so." This is like probably my favorite show right now.
yeah, dude.
But,
it's
yeah,
really good.
right after the Szechuan sauce fiasco,
Yeah.
I started getting into Rick and Morty. Ironically,
Yeah.
at that probably the time where the least amount of people were getting into Rick and Morty.
No, I'm triggered
love
by the
it,
show.
Nice.
I get
You
triggered.
can't watch it.
It's the burping.
Yeah, so I talked
It
about
gets
this in
worse.
some video. I can't. It starts with an M. I don't remember it because like for the longest time I was like, why does this happen? It's like an actual thing, and some people have it. Where like certain noises, especially like mouth noises and stuff, it literally triggers your flight or fight response. And so like when I'm eating, like I remember like my brother would be like eating, and I hear him mouth, and sometimes it would just trigger it. And like in that moment, I want to punch him. Like, and it's not even rational. Like I'm not even joking. Like I
You
feel
have to punch
rage.
him.
Like
Damn.
yeah, I'm like I gotta like stop myself.
I need to punch you in
Yeah,
the mouth.
like I get pissed, and I was like, "Why does this happen? Like this cannot be normal." I'm like, "Stop chewing with your mouth open," and something like that. And I figured that was an actual thing. And so, Rick or more, which one? I can't remember. It's
Rick.
Rick is
It's Rick.
the guy, right? Yeah, Rick is
Oh.
the older blue-haired guy, and he always has like this gross like vomit on his mouth, but he's always burping and stuff. And the noise he makes, I'll give it I'll give it a few more times, but like that triggers that response, and
They slow it
boy.
down. They definitely do that a lot in the first episode. They only do it when he's like super drunk, which is a lot.
yeah,
actually
it's
a
just
lot
like
worse.
every time it happens, I'm like, ugh.
You're
like it's just, if I didn't have it, I wouldn't notice that it happens, but like I notice every time it happens. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So that's my only complaint. I mean, I was enjoying what I was watching, but right now I'm busy watching Dragon Ball Super. So
Nice.
So the burping triggers your fight or flight, but the old grandma voice doesn't trigger anything.
I am fighting through it because I've already decided I'm not that far, but I'm gonna deal with the Japanese crazy old lady. Like it makes no sense why they thought that would be a good
I
idea.
don't get
Actually,
it
an
either.
old lady who
Yeah.
voices him too. Like,
Yeah,
that's-
straight up like she's
Just,
80 years old.
Regina still sounds kind of like
No,
masculine.
everyone for the most part, but like, oh my god. So anyway, I'm trying to get through that, and then I've already decided as soon as I can then watch them all in English, I'm going to like rinse it out. I want to progress the story because like I want to know what's happening. But yeah, it's rough, man. Especially when all I knew was the English subs or dubs, whatever. Which I think
they're tight.
Yeah, they did a really good job because like for most part when I'm watching an anime, I refuse to watch in English because it's just so like haha, like cringe, like they just didn't have the budget or they just got some voice actors and I'm not really feeling it. So I'll usually do subtitles. But like Dragon Ball Z, I don't know if it's because I started with it, but like I feel like they did it right.
Yeah,
they did it better. Yeah.
That's probably one of the few shows where I think the dub is way better than the original Japanese version.
Yeah. What about you, Aaerios? Do you watch any Rick and Morty or anything?
No, I don't watch Rick and Morty. I'm currently watching
Mr.
Narcos. Narcos, yes. Mr. Robot Season 3.
Yeah, I heard that just came out.
Stranger Things Season 2 coming out, so I'm excited about that.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be good.
A man of culture.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yeah, so I'm all over those shows right now. Heck yeah.
All right. Well, we'll end that there. We won't let this go too terribly long, but we want to thank you all very much for watching and or listening. Want to thank Sir Aaerios very much.
Thank you
for joining us.
Thank you, Nobleman.
It's been
a pleasure. How to be Nobleman.
Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure.
More mobile.
Thank you for dedicating
time.
Of course.
Thanks for having me.
Where can people find you on the internet? Your YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, all that?
YouTube, Sir Aaerios on the tubes, Twitch, Sir Aaerios, Twitter, just at and that's pretty much it.
Rob and Blue?
You know the drill, twitch.tv/RabbyV and twitch.tv/BlueWestlaw.
Okay, both. Okay, yeah, and you can check me out, youtube.com/ILoveMLG and youtube.com/BlueWestlaw, guys.
And with that, well, you're already at my YouTube channel, so don't worry about the rest. This is all that
Watch
really
the
matters.
Pokemon Nuzlocke playthrough. I love it. It's
actually more Mr. Fruit. YouTube.com/.
It's actually like my favorite
More
Mr. Fruit
fruit,
content. Christian. Like I really like it.
I have a ridiculous amount of fun watching it. So if you do want to watch, I'll plug my second channel, youtube.com/more Mr. Fruit. You can find I'm doing a Pokemon Nuzlocke Heart Gold challenge. A lot of fun. You can catch up. We're getting pretty far. We're pretty deep into the run, but go check it out. Been a lot of fun. Glad you guys are enjoying the podcast. We will try and get one out before Halloween with that themed episode. Make sure to send in those drawings. Send them to our Twitter and hashtag them with the GG over easy for those Halloween
brownie points
ones.
for ones that include me and Christian sometimes.
Yeah, extra brownie points actually. Yeah. I'm not saying we'll only choose one that has a good
with the penguin.
But regardless, thank you, Aaerios. It has been an absolute pleasure. You look beautiful.
Been a good time.
You are beautiful.
Thank you.
Your personality is beautiful.
You guys are beautiful.
Thanks for hanging out, dude.
Thank you for being a guest.
Beautiful, Aaerios.
It was my pleasure, my friends.
And with that, we close this out. This has been the 4th episode of the GG Over Easy podcast. We will catch you in the next one. Farewell.